Hello?
Yeah.
You there, Aaron?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see who else is online. All right, trying to get everybody together here. It looks like we're gonna have 3.
Cello?
Hey, you there?
Yeah, on that last message, I think I add my dex too, right? I got a +1 dex, so that would be 13 plus the robe would come to 15.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, cool. Making sure.
Yeah, 'cause
I've been a little bit out of it lately.
12 days.
I haven't been able to keep up with a lot of stuff. I'm hunting for a part-time job, and I haven't been able to sit down in my office too much in the last couple of weeks.
That's fine.
So I'm updating my sheet for you now, so you can have access to that on the forum.
As long as you have it, that's probably good.
Yeah. I figured maybe every so often you might need to check for whatever, planning ahead or whatever. I don't know.
I should. I don't often do that, actually, though.
I feel real bad because I haven't updated it since level 2. So I'm level 6 because of that random roll that Ash rolled. So I've been trying to, I guess, digest all that slowly. Like 41,000 from the last 2 games, 41,000 XP. Like, wow. So I didn't even get a chance to sleep to get to those new spells yet or anything. So
yeah, it's been kind of, like I said, rushed and haven't had a chance really to rest or anything. You guys got 400 XP from last session too. I forgot to do that stuff.
yeah, I seen that on the forum there. Is everybody here?
I think Zig is doing something. Aaron, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here as well.
All right, yeah, Keith gave me a message saying he wouldn't be able to. He doesn't think he's going to be able to play. I don't see him online, so.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he'll be able to play today or in general.
Yeah, it sounds like
Okay.
just today.
Okay.
But he might show up later, and I'm not sure about Corey either. So I think it's going to be you 3. Did you hear the 400 extra experience points there, Zig?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
So the 3 of us are gonna tackle a giant turtle today.
I think actually we got to ward off these foot steps we're hearing rush towards us after you
Yes.
raided the intestines of a corpse.
Yeah, well, this giant turtle turned into a giant snake and is going down the hallways.
That would be pretty epic.
And that is copyrighted, Tim, so you can't actually use that. But I've mentioned it. Just saying.
Ramelzi's intuition says we should get the hell out of here if we find a way, but
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, there's the room with sarcophagus that you guys are in currently, and the last time we broke off, there was lots of footsteps and voices, but yeah, you weren't really sure what was coming down the hallway at you. And you have a lovely map that shows only one way in and one way out. So.
The way in, is it trapped in any way?
It was, but I don't think that you guys had closed any of the doors behind you.
yeah, we didn't investigate that sound either.
Yeah.
I'll throw that in real quick. We heard like a crumble behind us after we went through the entrance. Somewhere down the further we went, I remember us hearing some kind of.
Yeah. You think there was some sort of stone, perhaps, that has blocked your passage, but you haven't looked at that either. But you can't get to that right now.
And the trap that we passed to get here, was that the 1 out of 100 trap?
Yeah, there was a series of traps that you had the messages to, but yeah, the last one was the 1 through 100 was the choices.
Just with like a preliminary look, is it possible to reset that trap? And if so, would it still be possible to open the door from our side?
Why don't you give me a tinkering to see what you think?
Oh shit, I rolled like 2 dice. I'm in the wrong system.
Yeah, it's just a
I
D6.
failed it. Too bad, too. I failed it by 1.
You're not sure. You're not sure if you close this, if you'll be forever trapped in here, or you do have Ronald with you though, and the old man who you never actually got his name. He seemed to be kind of weird about that.
I'll share my findings out loud so everybody knows what I'm thinking about. If I close this, we might be safe, but then we might be trapped in here.
Wait, we have another NPC besides the old man?
Yeah, Ronald is still alive too. He's one of the thieves.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. I listened through the audio because I wasn't sure either at the very end there. But yeah, he is with you as well.
Ronald was their leader, right?
Yeah, he was their de facto leader. But he sees you looking and he hears the voices and he's looking as well. And I think if we close this, they won't be able to get in.
Perhaps we should see how fast they are, how they look, before we close the door on their face. But I was thinking, my friend, would we be able to open a door from this end once it is closed?
Well, you see this little release valve right here? I think that will allow us to get back out.
I'll nod slowly, and then I'll glance back at the sarcophagus, right? There was a sarcophagus in the middle of the room?
Yes, there's a sarcophagus, and that's where you found the gold inside the belly of the man that was buried there.
If I remember correctly, well, actually that does make sense, because literally this is taking off right where we left off. So
there has been
I'll
no...
say, I believe that if you stand inside the sarcophagus, it might break beneath you. That is the understanding when I studied it. It might lead into another chamber. But I believe the direction we want to go might be up. Clearly that will take us down.
So there's something beneath the corpse then.
I'll nod to him. And I position my body in a way where it's between it's on the side of the open door so I could swing it closed. And I'm really curious to see what it is that's coming in our direction.
Yeah, you just heard the voices, and you only have the light of the lantern that the old man is holding, and he lifts it up with his frail arms, with his sort of skin hanging beneath his arm, right below his bicep, and he's holding it up, and you're hearing like splashing and dragging. You'll hear like murmuring, the scraping of nails, perhaps. But they are getting closer.
Do we really want them to see us in here?
Well, if you think about it, you have the light of the lantern, and you're pretty sure that they can see you from wherever they are.
No.
How big? Oh, wait. Maybe we should have asked this earlier. How thick is the door?
The door's pretty thick. Looks like it's made out of a combination of metal bars and wood.
And we just have this lantern as a light source, right?
Yeah, and there's also that giant, I guess a medium-sized hole that was blown out of it. Remember that this was the last door. It was already someone had already been here before.
That's not good.
You don't think any adult-sized people could crawl in through the hole, but smaller things might be able to.
I
Okay.
guess while they're... I'm less interested in seeing it, more interested in getting the heck out of here, so I'm gonna go to the coffin, considering that I just heard Rayon's explanation of its false bottom. I'm gonna try to bust it out.
So how do you do that? Do you climb on top of it? Do you put both feet in? Do you reach from the side? Describe how you do this and what you're trying to do.
Let's see. It's a sarcophagus, so I'll
the lid's probably been slid off, I think.
Yeah, the lid's gone.
You have the corpse of the man there. His stomach has been ripped open, and there's some gold in it still. It hasn't been collected.
I'll try to drag the body out of the coffin and throw it to the side and then you for a few minutes.
Yeah, you'll get parts of the body. As if you grab a leg, it'll just sort of fall apart in your hands.
Yeah, so I'll pull that out, and then I'll take and put my hands on either side of the coffin and try to sort of brace my feet against the bottom and push, but holding on with my hands so that if it gives, then I'll be hanging there by my hands.
Okay, so one hand is grabbing on the side of the sarcophagus, and the other one's pushing down.
No, my feet, man.
Your feet. Okay.
I'm actually push down with my feet and hold on to either side of the sarcophagus with either hand. So, like I said, when it breaks, I'll look like I'm doing the Olympic. What's that thing with the rings?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be, except for with the sides of the sarcophagus.
All right. So you hear the noises of the shuffling feet. You think they're probably about 50 feet away down the tunnel, probably at the point where the first door was that you guys came through with the riddles and the answers. You'll see Ash sort of pushing down, and he'll sink quickly, probably about 12 inches, foot, and then you hear the sound of shattering glass, and then he doesn't go down any further. The platform just sunk about 12 inches. Looks like there's a part between the boards in the middle. You would probably have to lift up both sides.
Okay, I'll investigate and try. I'll actually climb out before I start pulling this board apart, just in case there's something underneath it that I don't want to be standing on.
All right, so when you pry the boards apart, you see that there are various series of vials and crystalline figures and shards of things. You think that most of it is broken, but not all of it.
Oh, okay.
There's liquid mixing together at the bottom of it.
What seems to be left then?
There's a little figure of a girl. The mother half of that figure has been shattered. There's 2 vials of what looks like chartreuse potion. There's a necklace that is mostly intact. And the rest of it's been shattered beyond recognition.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab the vial necklace and go, hey, this is not an exit.
What?
Realizing that, I'm going to go ahead and stealth out. Since I boosted that up or the session before last, I'm a stealth kind of in the corner next to the door that I hear the footprints coming. That way I can just be ready for a surprise attack, hopefully.
All right, so you're gonna. Okay, you're basically just hiding beside the door then, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give me a roll. As you hear the coming from the tunnel.
Okay, with quickness, I run into the corner and I roll a 2 on that.
Okay.
2 under 4.
You're hidden as best you can.
I jump inside the sarcophagus using it for cover and draw a bow.
Okay, and the door is still open.
Yeah.
Did anybody shut that?
No, not yet.
How about you, Rayhan? What are you doing?
Okay, so if there's a hole, where's the hole? Is it near the bottom of the door or on the top?
It's probably the top, probably head level.
Oh, perfect. So I can just close the door. I can still see them coming towards us.
Yes, that's the case.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll close the door, so that the trap re-triggers.
Yeah, whenever you close the door, you hear a sort of zzz.
Awesome.
And then
so yeah,
you don't hear anything else.
Okay, so I'll look to the old man as they raise the lantern higher, and I'll look through that opening. Hopefully, shedding some more light through it.
Yeah, he'll lift his arm up. He doesn't look nervous at all. Ronald, however, he's looking around. He's looking. You see him peering over the top of the sarcophagus and shaking his head at all the broken things. He doesn't look mad about it though. He looks panicked. He's looking left and right. He's looking at the walls. He's looking out the door. And he just looks like he has no idea what to do.
Oh yeah. I just take his panic and his frantic looking as a show that he's probably looking for hidden doors or something.
I think
what I would do if I was panicked.
I think we're trapped. This is most unsettling, says the old man.
Yes, it is good place as any for a last stand.
At the edge of the light, you start to see skinless people of various ages, from infant on up. You'll see what looks like maybe someone of 40 years of age, but it's hard to tell without skin on their face or their arms or their chest. They're dragging their hands. Some of them are dragging limbs that don't seem to be working correctly or have been severely infected. Bubbling green liquid comes out of various lesions all over their body. And they look like they're moving forward in mass. They are from left to right, 10 feet wide, just packed with them.
All right, so that they're heading into this room that we're in.
Yes, they're heading down the tunnel right at you guys.
Okay, so possibly there's more to this room than we've found, I would think, unless they're coming because they know we're here. But if they're coming for other purposes, maybe we haven't discovered it yet.
They're probably about 30 feet away, dragging their arms and sliding towards you.
So how many? Well, I guess, Rayhan, how many do you see?
Let me look, and I narrow my eyes a bit and try to get a number out.
As they move closer, it just seems... Alright, you can probably see about 20.
Ooh.
But there seems like there's more behind them, and they can't see that far backwards, that far back.
I'll look over to Ramalzi just to take a look at his facial expression and see what state he's in right now.
I'm not feeling too confident. I guess you can see a non-confidence in my face. My dependency on magic is low. So it's almost like a one-shot kind of deal for me. It's like, one move could cause doom upon us. It's kind of my expression. If you can read that much out of my face, I don't know.
You'll also see that Mallow has dumped out some of his ashes onto the floor in front of him, and he's picking it up with both hands and blowing it in the air. There's like a little cloud of burnt human flesh sort of sprinkling down in front of him. Looks like he's praying.
I'll say there's at least 4 for every one of us. Those are odds that I can live with.
Perhaps if you let me start it off with the bolt down the hallway, maybe that would hit more than one. But from that point on, it's my weak self with the staff. I tilt my head down, kind of like, not feeling confident after saying that.
Mallow will look back at you guys. Much pain and suffering awaits us. The gods will be pleased. And he starts taking off his shirt, and then he hits himself in the back with the cat of 9 tails.
What are you doing, you fool?
Stop that. We could use you. Seeing that wakes me up a little bit.
Yes, maybe some of the blood splatters on your face from all the nails and the glass tearing into his back. I am preparing. I do not think we will come out of this alive.
I'll look back through the hole to see how close these things are now. And I'll have my sword raised.
Alright, it looks like there's probably about 50 of them in sight now, and there's more coming behind them. You'll see some are actually being carried by the other ones. They're moving at a slow walking pace. Their eyes look otherworldly as they get closer. They sort of dart left and right until they see the hole in the wall in your face, and they all sort of lock onto it and start moving a little bit closer. You think they're about 20 feet away now.
Maybe some arrows through the hole. Quickly.
Does anybody fire or anything?
Yeah.
Ronald has a bow drawn, but he's sort of back in the room, and if you fire, you probably hit.
I'm
Rayhan
under the impression Rayhan's in the way.
Yeah, Rayhan is, and the old man is holding up the lantern like behind him so that he can see.
Well, I don't care about the man being.
I'll step back from the hole just to give them room to shoot.
Fire.
Or perhaps someone I could climb on the shoulder and release a bolt. I'll say that as quick as possible, coming to my senses.
You have a spell prepared?
I don't have a spell, but I have an item here with one last kiss of death written upon it.
How many will that affect?
I am not sure. I am new at this, but perhaps lightning is strong enough. It would penetrate through more than one with a straight shot down the line. That's what I'm thinking.
Do it then. Do it.
I go ahead and cast lightning bolt from my staff. From my wand. I raise it. I run up where Rayhan is, kind of nudge him out the way, look through the hole, and I just shoot it straight out.
Straight down the tunnel.
Straight down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Hopefully aiming at the first one. I'm definitely aiming at whatever being there that I can see, but trying to also, get that straight shot down the tunnel.
It looks like the first one is probably a 10 or 12-year-old boy who's missing all of his skin.
So I'm considering he's the undead now, so I'm not going to have much remorse.
Behind him is probably a 30-year-old woman missing skin.
Oh. So I guess as I'm casting, you're making me think now. As I'm casting, I'm really trying to get an idea of what I'm about to kill, but I'm not going to take back my cast.
There's a few toddlers in the mix that are missing skin.
And
like I said, there's nobody over 40 years of age. If you're just kind of guessing on the way they look.
Yeah. Well, I can't metagame to the point where I take that back my cast, so it's gone. It's released.
Okay. All right, so roll the damage as the electricity goes crackling out of your little stick.
Yeah. I throw my stick out, and you hear this just huge booming sound of electricity, and one of the die roll off the table, because that is a D6, I believe. 66.
Yeah, it's 66. That's right.
Oh, one of them rolled off, so I'm going to roll another one here. What I got so far, oh wow. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that last one rolled off the table, so I'll just add that as one.
Just roll it again. Just pick it up another dice and roll it.
It just feels crazy. I rolled a 1 anyway, so 25.
25, okay. So like I said, this lightning crackles down the hallway. There's burn marks and singe marks wherever the lightning kind of crackles through the flesh. You'll see it traveling down the hallway, and it actually gives off light as it does this.
Okay.
And that tunnel is pretty long. You'll see the whole tunnel seems like it's filled with these things. The entire thing. You're thinking, it's hard to even put a number on the small pieces of arms and legs and faces that you see illuminated by the blast as it travels down there.
So I'm looking at these faces, and I'm really trying to gather whether they've already been dead and dealt with, and it's just animate energy that's controlling them. I'm still trying to second guess whether I just killed innocent people after being de-skinned.
Yeah, as you sort of like wince at first from the glaring light, you open your eyes and you see the looks of pain and shock and anger, various emotions on people, fear. You'll see bodies dropping, singe marks, burn marks, crackling marks of energy that have been singed on their flesh, or the lack thereof, the underflesh.
So their eyes still look like they have emotion to them, huh?
Well, the ones that's the death throes you see is literally everything in that tunnel as far as you can tell.
Wow.
Falls down, cracked, burnt.
My soul.
There's some moving on the ground. Maybe some of them aren't quite dead. But that's what you see.
Ooh. I kind of grip my head and I fall backwards after that. Completely a nutcase at this moment. My fear once again has caused me to kill perhaps the innocent, and I was so hoping that they were undead inside myself already. So yeah, I do say I think the path is clear now, and kind of creep in the corner and grab my face and just kind of hold my head down in shock.
Yeah, the old man will clap you on like the shoulder. He has like this like smile on his face.
Do not touch me!
You've done well. You may yet get out of here.
Yeah, I'm shaking. I ignore him for the moment.
How about everybody roll under wisdom? D20.
Okay,
2.
Oh wow, okay.
I actually fail.
Well, those that succeeded hear more of that shuffling from somewhere back beyond where you can see.
I believe there might be more on the way.
I can do no more. I just kind of,
Already a bow.
I kind of cower once again. More damaged mentally.
I'll start searching the wall and ceiling for doors. Got a reprieve.
Okay. Anybody that wants to search the walls or anything, just give me a searching check.
Got 3. I think that succeeds. I gotta make sure though. I always do this. I start this game and forget to bring up my characters.
It's all right. Is anybody else looking or doing anything?
I guess I can look, but it would only be if it's near exactly where I am, kind of close to the door already. So I'll look.
Maybe like the left or to the right to the door, something like that.
I succeeded on my roll.
The only thing that you find is that that latch that Ronald had told you about that opens the door from inside.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be anything else. And Ash looks around. He doesn't find anything on the walls at all.
Ooh.
I'm kind of getting my senses back and seeing what they're doing. I'm still shooken up and all that. Maybe you can even, use a subtraction to a stat or something. But I'm going to look on the floor, right where I'm sitting in the corner, I guess. And as far as I can reach, I start looking on the floor and probably the next time that I search, if I have time, I'll start looking at the ceiling. But right now, I'm going to look at the floor and see if I see anything odd at all. Which I guess would be another search.
Sure, you can look at the floor.
And that is not going to do it. I failed it.
And I'll go ahead on the ceiling with a spear, see if I can find anything that gives away.
You got 3?
Yep, success on my Bard Comma sheet.
All right. It's sad, but as you look upward, there's just support beams with what you assume is lots of rocks and dirt between you and the surface.
Not left to do, my friends.
You'll see some of the ones that were burnt start to get up off the ground of the tunnel, and they don't look forward; they actually look backwards, away from you. There also seem to be listening to that sound of more of them coming.
How many could stand shoulder to shoulder?
They were sort of tightly packed, probably like 3 across.
Okay, yeah. That front row, I was thinking I would know how many I've seen.
Yeah, it seems like they can, especially when they're smaller, like children, they can stand 3 across. Like if they were like the 40-year-old model.
So it'd be one-on-one if all 3 of us got in that same position.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, if they're smaller, there can be 3 across. If they're like an adult size, probably 2 across can fit in there.
So I was just thinking if we made a wall of ourselves, how many would be up against at a time.
And the
keep from being surrounded.
You think you could, probably stand two across to be able to swing weapons or do anything else.
Maybe a sling over the head if somebody's in front of me, perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta watch out you don't hit them.
Yeah, of course. It's hit or be hit, I guess, in this situation anyway, so I'm brainstorming.
At the end of the light of the lantern, it seems like the mass, the horde of them is still coming, and you're getting remembrances of that sight of literally hundreds of these things around Dragon Turtle.
Priest, you do not have anything at all that can help us? A mass spell of some sort. I'm yelling at Mallow.
He's covered in blood at this point. His back is in tatters. He turns around. I perhaps can help, but I do not think. I despair.
Well, despair your way into death by helping us. If you foresee death, die with some type of honor, I would say. I don't know much of that myself, but I am learning it now. Help us.
I shall.
Call upon your gods.
I have been. I will do something. Come and lower your foreheads before me. I will bless you with the ashes of my skin.
Yeah, I'm pretty much already was kneeling anyway. So yeah, I'm definitely. I'll take my cloak hood off so you can get it on my head, my bald head.
All right, you'll hear some muttered prayers laced with words like suffering, pain, misery, horrendous torment, things like these. These are things that he speaks. He reaches up to Ramalzi, and you feel this sort of charge of life energy flowing into you. Let's see here. That was that spell. Get to look at all the spell lists here.
Hopefully it's a spell that gives him some spells back.
All right.
As broken as that would be.
Actually, that might be something I could remind Aaron. You can actually do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, why don't you roll D4, Jeremiah?
All right. That's a 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so roll D4 levels of hit points. Those are additional to what you already have.
Okay.
So I think a D4 is your hit dice.
Yeah.
And if you have con bonus, those will be extra.
Okay, yeah, I was at max was 22 minus 6 at 16, so I'll just add what I roll on top of that, right? Since I was already deficient.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or is it like temp HP where I put them to the side?
Well, so you're saying you're already injured?
Yeah, from last game.
Oh, well then, let's see here. How would that work?
I mean, I'm pretty good.
So go up to full, and then whatever is additional would be temporary.
Okay. I mean, I'm doing pretty good with the HP after considering since I'm at 6, level 6. So I guess
we'll fill you up and then give you extra gas.
So that makes 26 altogether now.
You don't have any spells left?
Nah, I never got to sleep. I'm pretty tired. I'm probably weak and everything. This has been 2 sessions, no rest.
Let's see, do I have extra?
Let's see here.
I mean, so what do I know what Malo was able to do, or Malo?
That's what you felt. You felt
okay.
Just
that's right.
Life energy pouring into you.
Yeah, my girl was calling me, so I was spacing out on that, and I realized that's what you did.
He's gonna go over to Rayhan, and he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna do something similar. He's gonna put ashes onto your. What weapon do you have? Do you have your bow out, or do you have your rapier out?
I think I said I took my bow out, but if I see him reaching for the ashes, I'll take out my rapier instead. I'm glad he's not touching me, but I'll hold my blade out in front of him.
He's going to smear some of his blood onto the end of the rapier, and then sort of sprinkle some of his ashes on the tip of it. He'll close his eyes and mutter some words. Perhaps that will help. You'll see like this nimbus of white light sort of trickling down the end of the blade.
I'll just do a very slow nod, and then my head think that it's likely that it's my god who's acting through him, not his own.
It will do D8 additional damage.
Oh, sweet. That makes me a crazy killer if I sneak attack someone.
And he goes over to Ash, and
I'm good.
Are you wounded at all?
I'm fine.
He's
deadpan.
He's like, yeah, keep that dude off of me, man.
He
no dead skin on me.
He closes up. Well, he looks over at Ronald, and he's just panicked. You can do something to get us out of here? No, whatever I can do would just slow our demise, but
we'll do it.
I could do something. I will stand behind you and smear my blood and my ashes on you and help you as the battle continues. At this point, the bodies are lurching, and they're probably about 5 feet away from the entrance of the door. Well, I guess maybe a little bit, probably about 10 or 20. I'll say like 15. How about that? They're 15 feet away from the door, and they're just moving forward.
I whisper something into basically myself. Nobody really understands it or hears it, and a purple light floats off of my necklace and basically shoots straight into Ramelzy's forehead. Which probably spooks out people for a second, and suddenly you see untold generations of elves and spells and souls and actions and knowledge deeds and everything else that comes along with being an elf, just for a second, and you gain 1 first-level spell back.
Okay, nice. I do not panic or stress at all about it, since I'm familiar with what you have done. From our past, I remember helping you with, I believe that's the same necklace that I helped you with.
Yeah.
So I look up at you in great regard, and you see that thankful expression on my face, and then I turn back around and prepare myself for the battle. Let's see, I'll be looking up what spell I want to get back.
Okay, the arms start to reach into the hole. They move up to the door. They're pounding on the stone as well as the wood. Some of them are trying to reach in their arms to grab at you, but they don't seem to be able to get through, at least at this point.
Perfect. I will stab at whatever arm comes out.
Yeah, just make an attack roll.
Okay.
So you stab at the nimbus of holy light.
Yep. I got an 11 to hit.
Alright. Somehow the arm is moving quickly, and it seems like you stab into the door instead.
Okay.
I immediately look up to see how tall the ceiling is, and what is it 2 of me high, or
I'd say probably about 15 foot tall.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see their arms moving. The door is shaking a little bit.
Did we take initiative order, or are we just all going at the same time?
I don't know if we really need it.
Okay.
There's just a big mass of arms and skinless mutated freaks that are in front of you. And I'm taking you're firing into it, you're doing other things, but yeah, you can just take turns, tell me what you're doing.
I'm just gonna stab, just like, a thrusting stab, not swinging stabs, into the hands as they come out and try to reach me. Of course, I'll be outside the reach of them. Like, the best thing they can probably reach for is the blade.
Yeah, you definitely got reach on them. That they're just using their arms and hands, and you have a sword, so you can stand back and stab at wrists. And some of the arms after a while are in ruins. They have stab marks. There's blood coming out of them. You'll start to see arms that you stabbed a bunch are pulled back, and new arms move forward. It's just a wall of flesh.
How's the integrity of the door?
It seems like it's holding up for the most part.
Sweet.
It's being rattled and banged on, and you just hear the murmuring and the muttering of the voices.
Okay, what I figured out I'm going to do, and that's Aaron. Does Ash want to go ahead and do his thing?
I thought that my thing was the spell thing, but...
Okay. Well, I figured, combat-wise... I guess I'll cast Spider Climb on myself, and I'm going to climb up to the door from the ceiling, and I'm going to hang and ready my sling upside down.
Okay. Romelzi is on the wall/ceiling. he has a sling out.
Which I'm getting a little bit dizzy. I'm probably not used to aiming like this, so however you want to work that's fine with me.
You'll see Mallow look up at you. And how much food do we have? How much water?
Food, water. I guess I wouldn't be in position to communicate with them.
No,
really.
you're right at the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm trying to keep my focus on the wall of death coming at us and all that upside down through that window.
You got Rayhan stabbing the arms that are bleeding. There's probably chunks of little torn flesh at the base of the door. You'll see a little bit of fragments of that door, however, are starting to chip off. Like around that hole, it seems like they're starting to pick at it. But the door itself.
I'll switch to my spear and move in closer so I can start sticking at these things too.
All right. Between Ash and Zig, you make a ruin of various arms and faces, but it seems no matter how many you kill or stop, more replace them.
Eventually, there'll be a big pile of bones in front of the door, which will be another barricade.
A mound of death. I start thinking to myself, and I yell, I guess they're coming from the chamber, the huge chamber, perhaps. Where else would they come from? We have let the main evil here, we have let them know that we are here by entering that chamber, so it might be an endless spuge of death upon us.
How many people are in this town? I mean, there can't be that many.
Well, something that might occur to you is, like I said, it seems like the oldest one is 40 years, and they are of all ages up to that point. So 40 years of childbearing? So, you guys are in the room for, we're going to say, how about 4 hours of stabbing arms and trying to keep them back. The hole around the door is starting to make a little bit of headway being opened. Well, probably only a couple more inches. It's really thick and sturdy. You'll see the hands are bleeding with splinters and broken fragments of the wood. But nothing has changed.
Yeah, I'm sure I fall from my spider position, fall to the ground.
You can whip stones at them, but yeah, that's the situation. It's just this seemingly inexhaustible amount of them trying to break into the room where you're at.
The last thing I know to do is whip out that sword to see what happens, even though it's pretty much melted. I figured it has no use, but I whip it out feeling that these are definitely demon-controlled beings of some sort, if not undead, just to see if that helps me at all in my last attempt of survival. Thought of survival.
You pull out a melted hilt, and there's no light on it.
Okay. And I curse it. You fail me, mother. And throw it against the wall.
So what are you guys saying? This is sort of a campfire moment in this seemingly doom-laced situation.
Wait, so how many? You said 4 days? Oh, no, 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like I said, you've been stabbing arms, whipping little rocks at them. They can't get to you, but you can't get out. At least that's the way it seems. You're starting to get hungry, perhaps thirsty. You're starting to actually miss that stew from the inn.
I'll say this: we're not going to be any use unless we restore ourselves somehow. Perhaps we'll have the time. That's my last sense of. That's how I'm reading the situation anyway. My last sense of survival is rest. As we take, maybe two watch, one sleep, 2 watch, 1 sleep instead of the average, one sleep, 1 watch.
You should have your rest first, then.
It'll be hard for me to sleep, perhaps, but I can try my best. And I do suggest that perhaps we could push whatever objects in front of the door. Maybe is the sarcophagus, is that stone, or is it too heavy to manipulate at all? The broken rubble of it, maybe some boulders or size pieces that can be carried to the door and brace it, perhaps.
It is a stone sarcophagus, but no one has attempted to move it.
I guess the easiest thing would be to brace the lid against the door.
Yeah, the lid is movable. Maybe you've moved it off the top.
Okay.
It's a big stone slab, so.
I'll feel safer of rest if we could bar this door more. And that gives me the idea of trying to, I guess 4 of us, if Mela wants to participate in trying to move this whole sarcophagus.
Yeah, you'll see Ronald move over to one of the corners, and the old man has had to switch hands with the lantern, and he's actually just set it down because his arm's too tired at this point. Ronald, yeah, I guess, yeah. Let's brace it. At least they won't be able to get in here. On 3.
On 3.
On 3.
1.
Let's do it.
2. 3. Yeah. With all of you helping, you can carry it. It's like you're, carrying a dead body or something like that. But it's pretty heavy. You move it over to the door. And how do you want to set it up? Do you want to set it up like tall ways or sideways, horizontally?
I guess if there's a way we can brace it with the stone cracks of the floor, kind of like a wedge. Maybe, a 15-degree angle, or maybe 12, I don't know exactly what degree, but, an angle, sort of perhaps with it. Yeah, lean it wherever there's, like, edges that could perhaps brace it would be my idea.
So the top is a little bit rounded, but the bottom of it is a straight 90-degree angle. And there is some stone, cobblestones, I guess, sort of like square patterns on the floor. You can put that angle in there and lean it. But you notice when you do that, the hands that are buffering it are moving it. You think that they could perhaps push it down and have it perhaps shatter on the ground. So as you're leaning it up, you feel thuds into the actual, through the hole, hitting the top of the sarcophagus. So it seems like someone's going to have to hold it.
Rest against it. I'll do it. I'll hold it.
And by this point, the nimbus of your sword has faded. That life force that entered into you has faded as well, Ramalzi. But we'll just say that you're back to full. That's fine.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, we should try to move. We should probably try to move the sarcophagus and push it against the lid and against the door so that it can't be pushed over.
If that's just possible, I'm in agreement.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
I'm really tired on it.
I hope that there's a stairwell under that thing, I'll say, as I glance over at it.
I'm just hoping there's a double, could be 2 possible ways of surviving if we move this sarcophagus.
Alright, so you guys all get behind it and try to push it towards the door to brace the...
Yep.
Make it like a butt against the other. Okay. So you all push, sweat starts to pour out of your foreheads. You are making progress only like a centimeter at a time. It probably takes a good hour of sliding this thing over, and sadly there are no staircases or trapdoors or secret compartments underneath it. It's just more stone floor.
Yeah.
Okay, with that I definitely go to sleep. I'm worn out. Magic is the only thing that kind of keeps my ability alive, since I've never been a physical person, but magical energy inside me has kept my strength going. It's the only way, almost like a drug effect. But since all that is depleted and I try to become physical, I can't even keep myself awake, basically. So I just fall out.
So Ramalzi sort of pushes, and then just, when it's slid up against it, just sort of walks over to the corner of the room and just lays down.
Probably get real dizzy and just weak, like a pass out kind of sleep.
Right. You rest your head on do you rest your head on like your backpack, something like that? Your satchel?
If I have the chance to get comfortable, yeah, I would do that, if that's possible. I'm just trying to think how a depleted person would act after all this stress and strain, whether they would just fall out or...
So you put your head down on your satchel and the things in your back, like your book and the skull and things like that, sort of make it uncomfortable. But eventually you do pass out.
So we've got the sarcophagus.
The sarcophagus is slid over, pushing the lid of the sarcophagus against the door. It seems like it's very secure, and you don't think anything's getting in, but you don't think you're getting out either.
Okay, so if now I don't have to hold on to the lid against the door.
No.
I'm gonna look into the sarcophagus, at what was beneath the body, at what Ash saw previously. So you said that there's like broken vials and there's like liquid and shit?
Yeah, there was two vials of chartreuse liquid, and there was the necklace. There was a small crystalline figurine of a girl that was with her mother, but the mother got smashed. So picture Ash, going to like an old woman's little like glass shelf thing with all kinds of little knickknacks and things like that, and then someone just jumps on it. That's basically what Ash did. So there's lots of broken things in there, lots of shattered glass.
I'm gonna pull out the figurine of the girl, because you said the mother was smashed, right? So just the girl is there?
Yeah, like you'll see her arms like reaching out, and there's like jagged pieces of the mother attached to the hands.
I remember that we saw those ghosts earlier. I'll say this out loud. I remember that we saw these ghosts earlier. Did any of them look like this? And I'll lift up that little girl figurine.
Well, sadly, you didn't see any of them.
Shit, that's right. They're just the voice.
They're just the voices, yeah.
I'll hold up the figurine, kind of like make a edited comment. This might be one of those voices we heard earlier.
Any of the kids still in this room?
I hope so.
I ask out loud. I'm just seeing if there's any voices that respond.
Nope. I'm here.
Oh, you're here?
I am. I'm Stella.
Stella, is there any way out of here besides the door we just braced?
No, I don't know how you guys are going to get out of here. You're kind of stuck, like when Daddy put me in the closet and locked the door. And you all hear this voice.
Sorry, I had kids come down and attack me.
It's alright.
Okay.
You're all stuck here. I don't know how you're going to get out. They all know you're here now. The lake's really angry. He's burning everything in there.
How many are left? How many of the skeletons?
How many of the skinless ones?
Yeah.
Oh, lots still. Seems like you killed some of our bodies. The sleeping guy over there did.
Can you interact with the physical?
No, they sort of do whatever he of the lake wants them to do.
No, but can you physically touch something and make it move?
You'll feel the hands touching your shoulder and your face, and like pushing.
Yeah, I'll nod to the group, indicating that yes, you can, and then I'll say, perhaps you can create a diversion elsewhere.
A diversion?
Yes, you can play a game of knock things over in another room. The farthest room away from here.
I mean, we could try, but I don't think that's going to stop them. They know you're in here. They know there's no way out. The door looks like it's going to eventually break down. It might take a while, though.
Well, listen to me. Are we the first people to ever be trapped down below?
Yeah, no one ever went into the room of He of the Lake except for Mommy.
But has anybody ever triggered the trap to lock them in? And I'll like gesture outside the door, in the very rough direction, where I stepped on that stair and closed the stairwell off.
You mean up there?
Yes.
Yeah. Mommy knows how to work it, though.
Do you know how to work it?
Yeah.
I need you to do this for us. I need you to go over there and unlock it, because I accidentally stepped on it.
Yeah,
so now,
on the step there. Yeah,
yes.
That's how it goes off.
Okay, then fix it for us. That way, if we escape this room, we can leave this accursed place.
Oh, so okay. And then you'll feel like this like gust of wind, and then yeah, that's what you feel.
And now to do something probably dumb, I'll look into the sarcophagus, and I'll be saying this out loud. I'll say, where I come from, people of great stature, when they are buried with their possessions, it is usually their most prized possessions. I do not believe a man would allow himself to be treated in such a way, and I'll like gesture to, the mummified remains that are probably littered all over the ground.
Yeah, he's in pieces now.
Yeah,
in a big pile.
Yeah, stuffed with coin. What appears to be a glass bottom built. These vials, it is very unlikely that they are filled with poison. It's perhaps more likely that they are beneficial to the body.
I'll examine the necklace anyway. I guess I'll just do that.
Now, when you say examine, are you just like looking at it, or touching it, or? Basically,
holding it up and looking at it just to see if there's any designs that I can recognize on it, or if there's any writing on the back, or any sort of identifying marks on it.
Okay.
So it's really just looking at it, not really
take some time. It seems like there are some arcane marks on every piece of glass that's on that necklace. Though what they actually mean or do is, I don't know. Why don't you roll under intelligence? See what you get there.
Uh-oh. A tough one. I'm pretty sure I failed. 1 second. Yep, missed it by 2.
You can tell that they are some sort of arcane marks in general, but you're not exactly sure what they do. It seems like there's some sort of they're sort of designed to spin. Each one of those little gems in the necklace spins and looks like it locks in place, perhaps.
I guess I'll wait till Ramelsi wakes up. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, maybe add a dynamic to it to where every so often, maybe every hour, you roll to see if I can't get sleep or not. Make it more realistic. Like if I'm trying to sleep in a very odd situation, so like maybe every hour, there's a 50-50 chance that I wake up.
Let's see here.
Other than that, I wouldn't know what to do because I've been patched out. It's just odd, I guess. I was experimenting.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess you do wake up then.
Okay.
You have a pain in your neck, and the imprint of the book underneath your satchel is like in your cheek. You sort of have like a corner mark.
Yeah. I guess I try to shake myself off and realize that I'm not getting far in my sleep.
You probably got like an hour or two.
Okay.
Yeah. You see them playing with the glass necklace and looking around. Seems like the old man has actually laid down as well. He's sort of bunched up his cloak and uses as a pillow.
He'd probably see me what would probably appear to be like scrubbing the bottom of the sarcophagus. I've got like a rag in my hand and I'm collecting all this liquid.
Yeah, so you're collecting liquid of various colors and hues that are all sort of mixed together to this unhealthy-looking brown. And
delicious.
You also have like lots of fragments of glass in it.
I probably have I've got a what do you call it? A water satchel or but it'd probably be empty. Or if it's not, I'll just drink the remainder of what was there. I think I had it with me when we went to the hills.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna drink your water?
Yeah, I'll drink it. I'll take a few sips and I'll pass it over to Ramalzi as he probably just woke up. And then he'd notice that like rag in my hand that's probably dripping all kinds of brown all over the place.
And you didn't realize how thirsty you were until you passed the water skin around, and it's that sensation of drinking a big glass of water after like a long day, working. Yeah. It's kind of what you feel, the coldness kind of moving down your throat into your stomach.
So as I pass the water over, I'll be kind of looking at it like a hungry hyena trying to get it back.
I say drink as much as you need before you pass it, my friend.
I'm afraid that I will drink all of it if I do.
Well, I might even have a water skin. I forgot.
You probably do.
Yeah,
all of us have something.
Yeah, so I recognize what you're trying to do, and I say thank you, but drink upon your own. I have mine as well. Pull mine out and get a sip like an early morning thirst.
Now the priest will sort of speak up, and he says, "You should ration it if you want to live."
I don't really stop drinking until I first.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'll probably finish off my water as well.
I stopped definitely before the last bit, but it takes me a second to register that as I was drinking.
You probably by this point too, you need to unleash your bowels in various ways. It's a very small room, so I don't know what you guys do there either.
All right, I do have. I don't know what kind of vial I got to empty. I'm pretty sure it's just the liquid kind since we haven't ate much here. I don't know. I do have an empty vial that I could use to keep from the rankness of the odor building up for now anyway.
All right, so you'll see Ramelzi try to urinate in his vial, and he sort of gets to the end and still has to keep going.
Overfills, huh?
I chuckle at this, finding a lighthearted moment.
Get some on his hands, perhaps on his legs.
Well, at least I relieve 50% pressure, I guess. So maybe I can hold it a little bit longer. The rest. Hey, you never know. It's probably used for some kind of alchemic ingredient somewhere. That's how I look at it anyway.
So Ramelzi has a vial of piss.
Yep. Of course.
Add that to your inventory. Write it down.
Yeah, I will, actually. Trying to get creative here.
Say, if the Germans gas us, we'll have a way to survive it.
Yeah, actually, that's true, man. So you can recycle. Vial of piss. Magical insanity piss.
Mallow will speak up. Well, if we run out of water, I believe you can drink that.
You can drink that.
You notice that he hasn't drank or anything. He's just he's sitting over in the corner. He looks like despair has just washed over him. He doesn't think that anyone's getting out of here alive.
So what priest doesn't have water, especially of the holy kind? You might need to drink that.
I have some, but I'm saving it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I noticed you holding that necklace there, Ash. What have you discovered?
That it's pretty. You should take a. Yeah, you should take a look at this. Not sure what to make of it.
Perhaps I could try and see what I can get from it myself. I take a look at it and see if I recognize any of the arcane writings on it. I do see that they're arcane. Just don't know if they're in my ability to read.
Yeah, why don't you roll under intelligence, see if you can make sense of any of them.
Okay, actually that's a 5 under 15.
Nice. You think that is a necklace of spell storing. Each one of these little crystals can store one spell, and you're not sure. Maybe it already is storing some.
Okay, how many crystals are there?
Well, there's 15.
Oh wow. Maybe I take another intelligence. I look under my intelligence again to see if I can even recognize any of them that are stored. I don't know how that would be possible.
You think that all the marks are different, but they only signify a number. They're like an arcane I can't talk. Like an arcane number system from 1 to 15. That's what the marks are. So you really don't know what's in each one of them. But as you look closer, like it seems like some of them are sparkling more than others.
Okay,
well, that signifies anything. Looks like 7 of them are sparkling.
I'm going to hand it back to Ash and say, tell him exactly what I learned about it, and perhaps he'll be able to use it if he recognizes it after I explain it to him. I don't know if he can start seeing the same properties that I seen. I don't want to take his treasure from him.
Yeah, but as you describe it, Ash, it probably sounds similar to the way that you cast spells, but in some bastardized human fashion.
You're saying that to Ash?
Yeah, that's what Ash is thinking.
Okay. So would this not be of any use to you, my friend? Can you translate these spells and harness this necklace's power?
Maybe, but not here. I don't think.
Ash probably thinks, knowing what Ramelzi just figured out, that to unleash the spells, you probably need to turn the crystals.
Yeah, to a given combination, I would assume. So
Like to turn one perhaps would unleash the spell that's inside of it, but the problem is you don't know what's inside of it.
Yeah.
Wait, I still hand it back to him, to
Okay.
see if you want it. If you reject it, of course I will take it. But you found it. Here you go. This is what I can teach you about it, and this is what you've learned about it. So try to make use, my friend.
At this point, Ronald kicks the sarcophagus really hard. Damn it! We're fucking stuck here. Bolt can't get out. What the fuck are we doing? He starts kicking at things, and he picks up his sword and clatters into the corner. Fuck!
You waste energy. We all feel the same.
Don't any of you have a way out of here? Or some fucking spell or something? Old man! And he kicks the old man right in the face. Get the fuck up! Do something! Get those fucking outer powers to fucking kill your rats! I don't know, something! The old man, and he's holding his face. Looks like he's probably gonna have a pretty good bruise on the side of his face.
I'll approach to try to. I'll have my arms out and I'll say, "You must give the priest a rest. From what I know, they need to sleep before their spells return to them."
He picks up the old man by with both fists around his cloak, and he's dragging him over to the door. Do something, or I'm throwing you out there.
I'll pull out my sword, and I'll approach, kind of holding my sword limp-handed. I'll say, we will not be throwing anybody out there.
We're gonna fucking die here. He's holding the guy's face inches away from the hands that are grasping. Wait, stop!
I have an idea.
Maybe I should sacrifice this old fucker. Maybe that'll do something.
You don't need to sacrifice anyone. I said I have an idea.
Right to his throat.
Oh, whoa, what would he do?
He's pulling out the dagger. He's putting it right to the old man's throat.
Okay, I'll widen my eyes and I'll stop walking towards him.
Is there any action from Ash or Melzy?
Yeah, drawing a bow. Aiming at the scene, maybe the old man, maybe.
What are you gonna do? Fucking kill me? Oh, wow. It's not like I'm gonna die here anyway.
Then what is your sense killing the old man? The more that we come to this, is the less chance we have of surviving. So you are slimming our chances by your action.
Maybe there's outer powers of his will come forth and eat his soul or something. Let us the fuck out of here.
Suspicion is not going to help us. You either need to calm down, or you'll be.
The man's head against the sarcophagus. Like some blood's coming out of his eye.
Hey, you should look at this from my point of view, okay? You're already a dead man. You're gonna die eventually someday. The question is when.
That's right, and I don't want it to be now. Maybe I've unleashed this fucker's blood all over the place. Something will happen.
Well, it's gonna be now if you unleash this fucker's blood all over the place, because we've got 2 or 3 guys here who are here gonna kill you. Then we're gonna spend the rest of the next couple of weeks eating your meat. So, yep. I would think that.
Oh God, he's gonna fucking eat me!
Well, I'm just telling you what's going to happen.
It's an option.
So if you want to stay alive, why don't you just not do what you're thinking of doing right now? You'll stay alive for at least another, 5 days?
He grabs the bag of rats. Old man, do something with your fucking rats. Teach them to, I don't know, get us out of here. And the old man is just grabbing his eye at this point, and he has a little bit of blood trickling down his throat where the dagger is at his neck. I don't think I can do anything.
With a dagger to his throat, he wouldn't be able to do anything at all.
He needs his rest. We are all under a stressful situation.
Damn right, we need to get the fuck out of here.
And we will. Just let him have his rest.
He dumps out the old man's bag. He starts kicking around things. There's a couple books and scrolls. None of this shit's gonna do anything, huh? Come on, find something.
I'll immediately say, move out of my way, calm down. and I'm gonna pull my staff out and then hit it on the ground like something crazy is I'm gonna give him the evilest expression possible to this. I guess this is younger kid that's bugging out, and I say, "Move out of my way. Let me see those things."
He'll sort of drag the old man into like one of the corners, but he still has the knife to his throat. And on the ground, like I said, there's a couple different scrolls. There's one spell book that looks like there's some sort of journal.
I'll definitely look at the scrolls first, since I should be able, if I recognize them, I should be able to use them immediately. The other things I do want to take a look at, but they're not as immediate as the scrolls.
Wait. This old guy, he was blind, right?
Yeah, he's blind.
And there's a journal that fell out of his bag?
There's a journal, yeah.
I'll look at the journal from a distance, and I'll give everybody in the group like a very weird look. Like hopefully they caught on to that.
Yeah, I did. My starvation of magical energy just led me to the immediacy of the scrolls. But I do take notice of that, especially that you pointed it out even more so.
Yeah, I didn't like point at the journal or anything, but I gave everybody like the face. Like,
yeah.
So what's in that shit? Can't you find something? Yeah, you, staff boy. What the hell? Can't you, like, I don't know, make the walls fall down or something? Get us the hell out of here. Make a tunnel. Can't you, like, turn into a fucking beaver and dig through the ground or something? Groundhog? I don't know.
I can use magic to do all kinds of things, my friend. Settle down. I cannot concentrate. The more you speak, the harder it is for me to understand what I need to understand. Please shut up. So after I say that, I try to see what's up with the scrolls that I found here.
At this point, the old man says something. Ronald, no matter what you do, the outer powers will devour you. They do not like those who mess with their servants. Be warned. I am not one to be trifled with. At that point, Ronald just like stabs him in his thigh. Ah! 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 I'm not the only one who should shut up.
So wait, what just happened? My son attacked me again.
The old man basically said that don't fuck with him, and Ronald just stabbed him in the leg.
Okay, good.
That's the summary. So are you gonna look through the scrolls you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if I can understand any of it. Who knows?
Okay. Give me a save versus spell. I was looking at the first one.
Well, he's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't understand what you just last said, Tim.
Okay. As you unscroll the first scroll, make a saving throw versus spell.
All right. So that's under, huh?
No, this is over. That number.
Over. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's over. So yeah, I failed.
Okay. You're gonna see the light of the lantern dim, and darkness will start to swirl around Ramausi's head.
So I'm thinking I'm blind. I probably can't see. I don't know.
No, you can see fine.
Okay.
I'm
swirling slowly around his face and start like around his chest and almost.
Perhaps this was a mistake. I guess notice if it's around my head, I kind of see it too. I don't know, and I'm not sure what's going on, so I got a puzzled look on my face.
All right, yeah, the shadows and smoke start to form into a shape, and they start to coalesce in the corner. And Ramausi gets a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I'm thinking I summoned something that needs to see our enemy, because the first thing it sees is going to be its enemy.
It seems like the words on the scroll have now vanished. It seems that by cracking it open, you cast something.
Yeah.
So it's coalescing in the corner. What do you guys say? Ronald is sort of looking over it with like wide eyes.
have no idea what he cast, but
yeah, sorry, fellas.
I'll immediately turn away from the hostage situation and face the corner.
See what your impatience made me do, boy.
What the hell's that?
I'm blaming him. I'm going crazy too, blaming him. Now we have a bigger trouble than you with a dagger and a man, old man. Chain reaction of haste, choices made with haste.
The rats of the bag will start chewing out of the bag, and they run over and sort of stop in front of the shadow.
I'll cry back the old man with the knife on his throat. I'll be like, "What spell was that? What does that do?"
What have you done? I heard some rustling.
We've tried to get you to assist us without you actually agreeing to your assistance, but we needed all the chances we could get. So I read your scroll. What is it?
You opened the scroll?
It's a dark, shadowy energy that has formed itself in the corner. Please speak up now.
You opened the scroll.
It adds to the evil laughter.
Ronald, you're done for. You stupid bastard. As to you all. Oh, good luck. This will be most interesting to listen to. Ronald sort of has this scared, bewildered expression on his face. Mallow over in the corner starts to gather up some of the blood that he has on his back, and he's mixing something with his ashes. He does not like the looks of this at all. Penthos and Vex, aid me. He'll hold up his cat of nine tails holy symbol around his throat, and he seems like he's trying to do something. Anybody else? What's Ash doing?
I think I'm firing at the old man.
Okay. Why don't you give me an attack roll? See what you get.
Yeah, right. He seems to be no use of it to us.
I think it's modified as 20.
Oh, nice. Did you go ahead and roll your damage then?
Oh, yeah. A single point of damage.
So there's blood trickling out his throat. He has that slash in his thigh where Ronald just stabbed him. And now he has an arrow sticking out of one of his arms. Ah! You think that's gonna stop this? You idiots!
How do you
ever
stop
spoken
it?
with a demon boy? And he sort of looks directly at Ramalzi.
What, now say that again?
Have you ever spoken with a demon? You're about to.
Is that the demon that serves me for death that I bring it, souls that I bring it? Is that the same one? Yes, I have spoken to him. It has not been a week. Why do they claim it my soul now?
Oh, I know.
Well, I can give him yours easily.
I do not know who he belongs to, but you have freed him. He was trapped in the scroll. I wonder what tortures he's going to implement upon you. This should be good. Does anybody else fire at him or do anything to him? Ronald seems like he doesn't know if he should kill him or let him free or what.
It's probably a different demon altogether, so if it's similar, someone... Well, I guess I owe 2 souls a week if I want to take that chance with it.
You'll see the legs and start to form from the coalescing swirl. They seem slimy and wet and hideously scaled underneath all that surface slime.
This is that demon that appeared.
Yeah, that's appearing in the corner.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a feeling of palpable dread that starts to fill the room.
I take a chance and say, I am the one who freed you. You serve me now.
The rest of it starts to form slowly, but it seems like it's taking a while. The scroll starts to crumble into flakes.
Well,
chaos.
How big is this thing so far?
Well, the room is 15 feet tall. The legs seem like they're about 6 feet tall at this point.
Is there like a glow from Ramalzi's backpack?
I tossed the sword earlier. It's laying in the corner. I cursed my mom.
You'll start to see some glow there. Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm heading towards there at a modest jog.
Yeah, you'll grab up the deformed hilt that was melted by the voices of the Dark Altar.
Okay, sweet. Hopefully it reforms.
Yeah, the blade is there.
Excellent.
Although it's flickering. It's there, it's not there.
Well, I don't like demons, but I'll glance over at Ramalzi. I'll say, I want to attack this thing before it forms.
Yeah, I would imagine that if it was glowing, I probably would have felt some of that energy unless my mom's connection is completely disconnected from me after cursing her. I don't know.
Yeah, you do feel an overwhelming sense of peace that seems to be warring against that feeling of dread.
Okay, I say
lessens it.
Rayhan, yes, now is the time. The sword, the hilt.
I'll push my back against the wall and try to position myself as close as I can at like an angle, so that I may surprise attack this bastard.
So you're getting ready to stab at it?
Oh yeah, I want to stab at this thing. I don't like demons, so I want to kill it before it imposes its will.
Are you firing any more arrows into the old man? Are you doing anything else? It's
Yes.
like you shot once and then you didn't say anything else, so I wasn't sure.
I was waiting for everybody else to talk about what they were doing.
Okay.
Another firing.
Okay.
This time, 25.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
I think I've hit, or 4 damage this time. Woo-hoo.
Okay. This time it'll hit in his gut. And he'll start getting, like he's holding with his hand and blood is coagulating on it, pouring out from it. At this point, let's see, Ramalzi is trying to command it, I set you free, but there's no other words. It seems like the thing is still forming.
Yeah, that was a chance that I just took, but noticing what Rayhan was doing, I immediately focused on his attack, giving my energy and my attention to Rayhan's movements. I'm not really paying attention to Ash take out the old man. Ramelzi's don't really, I guess it doesn't matter to him at this point. He's too preoccupied with backing up Rayhan, basically.
Okay. At this point, you'll hear the old man make a sort of like noise, and the rats actually run away from the demon and run over toward him and start to violently attack Ronald. They crawl up his legs, they're biting him, they're crawling up his back. Get him off me! Get him off me! He drops the old man, and he's trying to stab at the rats, and meanwhile he's like, every once in a while he'll hit into himself. And like biting into him and making weird noises.
Let those who want to attack themselves, so be it. Let death be upon them. And I turn back to Rayhan.
And I stab.
At this point, there's probably hips and the bottom of the torso and the legs. Okay, so just make me an attack roll.
Okay. I rolled a 19 plus 2, I believe.
I'll let you do this in any manner or shape that you want to try. A 50%. 50% you hit, 50% you don't. So if you want to roll like on a d6 or,
Alright, you don't tell me which one hits though. I'll roll a d6 to give you my number.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, that's gonna miss.
Yeah, I figured as much.
You'll see the sword flicker the moment it gets right up to it, and then reappear the moment after you've passed through or you moved off to the left, it seems like you missed entirely.
Okay. Do I notice that its body is shifting to accommodate, or is it like
No.
It's not even aware?
You think you should have stabbed right into it, but it went right your throat.
Noticing that, I say, perhaps it has not formed, came all the way into this world. It cannot be touched in its state of purgatory.
Everybody else do their action, if there is actions to be had.
I guess it's starting to. Maybe we should do a side initiative. I guess I don't know. Let's go ahead and roll a d6. Whoever wants to do it.
I got a 1.
So did I, actually.
It's a long tradition of 1.
So the demon keeps forming. What do you guys do? I'll let you guys tell me what you're doing first. Meanwhile, the rats are chewing at Ronald. The old man has been dropped. What do you guys do?
Still shooting the old man.
Okay. All right, give me another attack.
Oh, hey, another 26 or 25.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, 25. And 6 damage this time. Oh.
Okay. So at this point, the old man has been dropped down. It looks like he was trying to write something, maybe in blood, with his finger on the ground, and that's when how would you describe how the old man dies? How about that?
Well, he's got an arrow in his gut, so he's drawing with his other hand on the ground, and as he's peering slightly to the side at whatever he is scrawling on the floor, an arrow pierces through the fleshy part underneath his chin, and it takes him straight into the brainstem, so he's done.
Nice.
He slumps harmlessly down into his own blood.
Yeah.
Okay. At that point, the rats will stop attacking Ronald, and they'll run back over to the forming demon. Okay, so how about the rest of you? What do you guys do?
That was a good move. I had it on mute for a second. I'm feeling helpless against the demon without magic. So I
Romalsi, I guess I should point this out. You noticed as well that the old man was trying to draw something on the ground, and it looks like it's some sort of protection circle or pentacle that he was trying to draw quickly. And you kind of get a little bit of a flashback to some of your Dark Masters summoning demons and drawing things upon the ground. So why don't you give me a roll under, let's say Intelligence or Wisdom, whichever's higher.
All right.
To see if you could...
maybe I can complete that circle.
Yeah.
Perhaps. All right. With my good 20 here. Oh, what would I get a roll under again?
Intelligence or Wisdom, whichever's higher.
That's a 9 under 15 for Intelligence. Okay. Or under both.
It seems that you sort of recall one of your Dark Masters doing this, and the demon could not cross the threshold if you sat inside of it.
Okay, is it not? How big is it? Is it big enough for all four of us?
Yeah, you think that if you inscribe it. Well, let's see here. It seems like he was inscribing something that would only encompass him, but he only just began doing it. So you have blood right there, and you're pretty sure you need blood to...
So I put my finger in the blood, and I'll say a few words that I can remember. I'll just say, Hayam Shah Zalik, and start drawing the rest of the circle. As I do, you can see how the blood kind of sparkles and ingrains into the cement, almost like embevels it a little bit. And it gives the cement a permanent shape, I'll say, for flavor.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so...
I do let everybody know protection within the circle, use as needed, but I stand in it right away, not knowing how to defend myself otherwise.
Does Rayhan run over? Does he stay?
How big is the circle? That's just like a quick preliminary check, split second.
It seems like Ramalzi is probably about halfway done. It seems like it could, he's making it big enough for everyone to step inside.
Do I see, like, quickly glancing back at the forming body, do I can I identify what the front of it is?
It seems to be this scaly thing with 2 legs, 2 feet. The torso is also scaly, but it's like drenched in this like ectoplasmic goo.
Okay, so there's no telling where the front of it is and where the sides are, so I'm not feeling comfortable with a sneak attack attempt on this one. I'll run back to the protection circle.
Okay. And you sort of feel this resistance as you walk over the outer blood circle, but you pass through it without any problem.
I'm trying to recall what kind of protection we did get, if it's just against evil, or like I'm still trying to figure out the properties, I guess, as I draw it.
You think that it's like a physical barrier. It can't get through that circle. It keeps them out, basically.
Okay. Do I have any idea of how long the magic would last?
You think that as long as you don't break the outer blood ring, I guess, the circle. Okay. Like if you don't like reach down and break it, it will never be able to get through.
Okay, so perhaps another human outside the circle, do they have the ability to break it?
Yes.
If that's too much. Okay.
Yeah, you think that if Rayhan falls down and scuffs over his foot, yeah, you're done.
Okay.
So.
They do not break the circle. It will no longer protect us.
And Ash, what are you doing?
I elf walk over, which is a lot like sprinting, except for it looks like I'm walking.
It's called elf walking, similar to the moonwalk.
Because elves are awesome.
All right, so you get into the circle, the partially constructed circle, and at this point, the rats all sort of their bodies explode. Blood and brain and bone go flying all over the place. It's sort of splattered outward in a star pattern. It's almost like a force of whatever this thing is doing just utterly annihilates them. So there's parts of bone and rat teeth that are flying through the air. At this point, the shoulders and the neck start to form, and there's this hideous mass of tendrils that's coming off the bottom of what you assume is a face. They're writhing, and they almost look like fingers. If fingers had like 20 digits, moving in various ways, sort of almost like just moving through the air to maybe sense things. You're not sure. And there's all these little cilia that are little tiny hairs that are crisscrossing them and moving and twitching. More slime is pouring off of it. It almost seems like it's exuding this slime. The face starts to form, and it's this mix of perhaps goat and like a monstrous cow face, with sagging skin and pus coming out of its ears and nose. The swirling darkness forms around its eyes, and the moment that happens, the eyes become visible. Everyone needs to make me another save versus spell.
Shit.
Aw, shit.
Let me get back in my room quick.
And I'll you got the symbol that's halfway formed. I'm gonna give a bonus of +4 to everyone.
Thank God we leveled a bit. Wait,
Okay,
+4?
Yeah, you want to roll that number above.
Yeah, I did good without the bonus.
Okay.
Ew,
I failed it miserably.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I do scream real quick, thinking I know what this beast is. I just scream out of hate, fear, and I call it, it's Caligastia himself, the devil.
Hey, is this like Call of Cthulhu where I can just close my eyes and forget about the save throw?
What, you want to fail on purpose? Is that what you're saying? Or?
No, I mean, like, if it's affected by sight, I'll be like, turn around.
Well, I mean, you're looking at its eyes.
I already rolled, so. But yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'll focus on Rayon and keeping him from getting tentacle hentai to death.
Okay. All right. It looks like 14 damage is coming your way.
Ooh.
That's easy. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the 14.
No idea if that's deadly or not.
How does this look? Is it like a bolt or something?
You just see its eyes. Just the act of seeing its eyes caused. It feels like something like went inside your brain, and your brain is bleeding. That's what it feels like. You feel like this pulsing, pounding headache. Ash is Ash still standing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So at this point, we're gonna roll initiative again. Probably want to roll high.
Okay.
I guess let's let Jeremiah roll this since he's the one describing the.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the kitchen, but hell, let me run in there.
Okay. Well then, does someone else want to roll it then?
No, he's running. He's running.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
That's a 4. So hopefully I did good by running. Quick.
I actually got a 4 as well. Okay, so let's see here. How the hell would this work? All right, so Ramelsi quickly inscribes the rest of the circle. At this point, the creature's head is fully visible. The tendrils that come out of the top of its head are all connected to disembodied heads. It looks like there's probably about 13 different heads that are connected to the end of the strands, the tendrils. Almost look like weaved together hairs. And they're all screaming, every single head. Their eyes are open as wide as possible. They're bloodshot and bleeding. Out of their mouths comes this like pus white substance that's just like slopping on the ground around it. It strides forward and motions its hand, and all the rat chunks and corpses fly up into its mouth, and it devours them. And it just looks around the room, but this time that feeling of its eyes is not as intense as before. What do you guys do? That's its action. It's basically devouring the rats and looking around.
I suggest to Rehan the sword again. I'll say, take another strike.
How far from the circle would I have to go to hit it?
Yeah, you'd have to get out of the circle, unless you try to throw it.
I don't want to throw the sword.
I recommend chilling.
Yeah, I'll drop to my knees because that hurt. That 14 damage is more than half my life, so I'll be on my knees, kind of holding the sword kind of loosely.
Yeah, you and Ash both have like this intense migraine, and you won't notice this yourself, but maybe you'll feel a little bit of blood running out of your ears.
Wait, why do I have a migraine?
Yeah, you have a migraine and there's blood coming out of your ears.
Why are these things happening?
That's the reaction you had to the eyes of the demon.
I succeeded on the saving throw though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who failed it.
Okay, I thought you failed too.
I rolled a 2, so I failed it miserably.
If I took 21 damage, I'd be dead. So.
Oh, it's 14 damage.
It was
14? I thought it was 21.
Yeah, 21 would put me right on dead too.
All right, so what do you guys do this turn? I mean, Ramalsi is busy. He's inscribing. He finishes the circle, so that's pretty much what he's doing.
Okay, whenever I finish, I'll go ahead and make a move if they don't know. But go ahead.
You know what? Let's do something fun here. Do you have a D100, Ramalsi?
No, I don't. Does a percentile roll?
Yeah, you can do a D20.
Or 2 10s?
2 10s.
Yeah, 2 10s will work. The first is the 10s, and the second is the 1.
Yeah, my dark blue is the first.
Otherwise known as the unnecessary one.
So, that is 73.
73, okay. Ramelsi thinks that he inscribed the circle pretty well. He's trying to recall the memories of the past, and he's looking down, and you kind of like, oh, okay, I think I did pretty well at that.
We are protected for now.
And like I said, there's still the banging from the skinless creatures from outside the room, but they're not moving this.
Ooh.
And the hostage taker, he's in circle too, or is he outside it?
Yeah, Ronald he's moved in as well. He looks just petrified.
I have an idea. If one of us can run and open that door and let this demon take on the wall of the dead while we stay protected.
If all of us,
yes,
I wouldn't be able to we still wouldn't be able to get that door open in time, but not being tentacle hit that, as I said.
There's a sarcophagus in the way.
It took you guys an hour to move it.
Yeah, damn, that would be an awesome scene if we could have did this. Our own fate.
The good news is the creature itself probably will figure out that it doesn't want to be in here anymore and leave, so at that point we should be okay anyway.
I'm going to do something silly. Not silly, but I'm going to do something interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to reach for for my flask where I put all that juice from the sarcophagus into.
All right.
I'll look over to the NPC. What was his name again?
Ronald.
Ronald. I'll look at Ronald, look him deadpan right in the eyes, and I'll say, I'll reach for the flask. Hopefully he didn't see me when I was putting it in there, and I'll extend it to him, and I'll say, for the nerves.
Oh, God.
I just want to see what it does.
This really.
I'm oblivious to this, so.
for the nerves. He's looking up. Let's see here. I don't know. Just roll, see if he buys that bullshit.
Hey, I got charisma 17.
I'll back him up and say trust him.
Why don't you roll under charisma there, Zig? That sounds good.
Under? It's going to be the easiest roll I've ever made. 12.
Trust him. You have no choice.
Succeeded.
And you told him this is for the nerves, right?
Yeah. For the nerves. All right. I'm trying to pass it off as alcohol or something. For the nerves.
Okay. He shrugs and takes a big swig.
Die with a smile.
I watch him. Maybe it has good benefits. Like I said, it's been buried with the guy. It might turn him into gold or something.
It may turn him into gold. I would get him out of here if he was made of gold. Gotta think of logistics.
Oh my, that's right. I forgot. Okay, so this man, he takes a big swig, and something strange starts happening. Like the earth starts to reel and tumble, and you hear this rumbling from above you. And I guess where's he at? His stomach starts to swirl in this pattern. It has a vibrant blue circle of swirling energy.
I know exactly where this is going.
He's like, ah! And you're gonna get turned.
Kick him out of the circle.
I'll grab for the flask, and I'll give him a very Sparta kick out of the circle.
Okay, so the ground
into the demon, in that direction.
Okay, let's see here.
What just happened?
All right, so everything is shaking. There's dirt and chunks of stone falling from the ceiling. His stomach is just this. It looks like some sort of entrance to some other place.
Jump into it.
Oh, you serious? I love it. His stomach explode into a portal?
Yes.
There's this swirling blue energy that it literally rips off all of his flesh and then starts to rip chunks of his flesh off into his stomach. Like he's literally being turned inside out, and all of him is falling into this gateway or portal. You're not really sure. All you see inside is the swirling gray mist.
He's becoming noodleified instead of spaghetti.
So you're going to kick him out from the circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's possible. If my foot goes through his stomach and I'm in another place, let me know.
Let's. Why don't you make me an attack roll? How about that?
Alright.
You can use a dex bonus.
Okay, that's good. I got a 12.
12. Okay. He's probably not trying to resist you, or he's probably too worried about the gaping hole of nothing that's in the middle of his chest. Okay. So yeah, you kick him out. What's that?
I say, as a hindsight reflection, is there juice to that potion left, or did you give him the whole thing?
As soon as he took a swig and reacted to whatever the hell he was doing, like I said earlier, I try to reach for the drink and kick him out of the circle.
You did say that you reached for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you probably have about half of it left.
Sweet.
Okay, so his body, whatever's left of him that's being turned inside out and being pulled down in, falls into the center of the room. And the sphere, that swirling blue electric light that's moving around his stomach, starts to expand. Chunks of his bone are shattering, and the bits are flying up in the air and then get sucked right down to his stomach again. You notice that the demon looks, he's just finally formed. He's looking around the room. You kick this thing out into the center of it, and it backs away. It backs to the corner where it came from. And it's looking left and right like it's stuck.
Yes.
Wow.
So the floor of this room is probably, let's see, where's the map at?
Oh, if the floor is getting screwed, then the markings, protective markings will probably too.
Okay, so the room is probably about, 30 foot wide and 50 foot long. It's like a rectangle where the sarcophagus was in the center. And
How many ways are we going to seal our fate in one day?
So
just put up a hell of a fight, though. I have to say that.
All right, so let's see here. How would I want to do this? Let's roll some dice here. All right, looks like Rayhan gets hit in the head with a chunk of masonry from above.
Ooh.
It's rolled against your AC. You're going to take 5 as a chunk of concrete block. Not the concrete block, that's stupid. A chunk of rock falls from the ceiling and clocks you in the head.
Ugh.
I was looking for that concrete earlier.
It seems like the whole place is falling down around you.
Oh boy.
It's the ground is shaking. There's dust that's being blown up in the air. The arms that are coming out of the hole retract. You don't see them anymore. All right, so we'll roll another. Did everyone get to go this turn? Aaron, did you do anything?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just staring on in shocked horror.
Okay.
I'm terrified beyond all rational thought.
Did Ramelzi do something? I'm trying to.
I think the last thing I did was just draw the circle and scream stuff here and there.
What you want to do?
I hope this is all right, but I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna say unknown life is better than known death and jump through the portal.
So Ramelzi, you get like a running start. You back up maybe in the circle and just run forward and launch yourself into it.
Yep. my mind has already been lost. All my guilt and all my past that I try to fight against just got re-inspired. Death is here, and I've cursed my mother and threw the hilt of the sword. The blade didn't work for us no more. My doubt of life had just reached its low point again. So my chaotic state of mind had just re-engulfed me. And the unknown to me is better than going back to what I've known in life, of the loop of hell and repeated horror. And so I take a chance of the unknown. That's the greatest light in my mind at this moment in our situation, is that unknown. So I jump through. Okay. I don't even know if I answered your question because I got too into describing.
No, that's fine. So Ramelzi hurls himself into the unknown, and his body is gone. He's absolutely not in the room anymore.
I'll sit back for a while and let everybody else.
and the body of Ronald has been completely just torn into nothingness. It got sucked in bit by bit. But the ring, the gate, whatever you want to call it, is probably about I'd say about 5 or 6 feet in diameter at this point. And it's spreading.
Ash, what do we do?
Sorry, fellas.
Lord. I think that if that demon is scared of that portal, then I wouldn't also be scared of the portal. So I think we should stay here until further developments. I'm hoping that the demon will try to get out of this room, in which case, since the way seems to be clear, then we'll be able to escape ourselves.
I nod. pleased at the logic, and I'll like shimmy kind of closer to Ash, and have the sword like now kind of firm in my hand, blood dripping from my forehead where I just got hit in the head a few seconds ago, and my attention will be on the gate as well as upwards because I don't want to get hit by any other debris.
Okay. So at this point, I don't think I'll. Well, why don't you roll initiative again? Let's see what. Got a 2.
Oh, wait. I think it's whose turn is it? I think it's yours, Zig.
All right. I got a 3.
Okay. So you guys are huddled together. The walls are starting to crack. The sphere, the magical gate, whatever you call it, is widening. It's probably about 7 feet wide at this point. What do you guys do? The demon is like in the corner, looking. Just describe things. Looking down at the gate, looking up at you guys.
I'll look at the demon if I can see him, and I'll say, "There's the door," and I'll gesture towards the sarcophagus.
We're all pointing at the door like, "There it is! Get out! Leave the town. We don't care."
It's full of assholes anyway. Just go kill them.
This is gonna be the best sci-fi movie ever. It's gonna be Demon versus Demon Turtle.
The final showdown.
All right.
Final showdown.
So Rayhan says, "There's the door." What does Ash say or do?
I'll also motion toward the door and hold my shield over my head so that if there's any more falling blocks, that hopefully I won't get too hit to harm too heavily by them.
Yeah, you think that does it just say shield? Does it say any size for the shield? Do you know?
I think it's just shield. I don't think I wrote down. So I guess whatever.
I'm thinking that you and Rayhan can probably both be under it if you wanted to try to do that.
Okay.
Like partially concealed.
Like an umbrella of safety.
Yeah, it's like a small umbrella, basically. All right. So what does the demon do? First it says, "Sorcerer, stop this!" And he points at the gate. "And I will serve you to stop this."
I think he's talking to you, Zig.
He's talking to me? Jesus
I
Christ.
said, "Sorcerer, stop this." So.
Okay.
You're the one who started it.
I'll keep my fingers pointed towards the door, and I'll say, "Prove your worth. Dispose of what's on the other side of that door."
Okay. You'll see that it lunges over top of the gate, and it looks like the mental image of a demon being frightened is it sort of just overwhelms you with like, this thing is obviously powerful, and it is absolutely terrified of that gate. I'm gonna roll a dice.
I'm gonna roll a dice.
Okay, he manages to clear the ever widening gate.
Yes.
He reaches over, he grabs the sarcophagus and hurls it at a wall, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. He lifts up the top of the sarcophagus, the lid. He holds it in one hand and just moves it forward quickly, smashing the door to bits and fragments. And when that happens, this horrible explosion of lightning and fire happens. Lightning bolts are going everywhere from the rigged door and the trap that's there, but it doesn't seem to bother it. You hear screams and yells from whatever was beyond the door, all the skinless things, and then it moves forward.
It's gonna Hulk its way out of here. So
meanwhile, the gate is about 8 feet wide.
So this gate clearly is sucking things into it, or no?
Yeah, it's almost like it's taking over the floor of the room.
Okay. Look at Ash, and if I see that this demon has left our immediate vicinity, that blind guy, all his books and shit, that's still on the floor, like his journal and all that.
Yeah, it's probably close to where the circle is, and I totally forgot about Mallow. I guess Mallow's pretty just despairing about what's happening. But
he probably loves it.
You'll hear him. He's saying a prayer at this point. He's calling out to Penthos and Vex, and when he does that, something comes out of the gate.
Beautiful.
It's this strange humanoid figure that has scars and cuts all over its body. It's hurled violently into the room, into one of the other corners. It's missing bits of its flesh that look like they were cut away. And it lifts its head, and it looks like the head of maybe a 20-year-old youth.
Hey, Ramalzi, how's it going? No,
I was gonna say, this is Ramalzi.
A handsome, what looks like a tortured soul is there. So we'll stop the scene.
Nice.
So go back to Ramalzi jumping into the gate.
Okay, there's actually a place, huh?
So,
that I'm going to. I figured I'd be obliviated or something. Oh, whatever that word is.
So Ramalzi hurled himself into the unknown, not knowing, what fate awaited him, if any. He found himself falling through gray mist, and then almost like clouds parting. He was falling through the air, tumbling, and beneath him was this very strange, dusty, dirt-filled place without any vegetation in sight. But the ground was covered in contraptions and razor wire and blades and horrendous torture devices of various shapes, manners, and disgusting forms. And as you fell, you were sort of collected by these beings in the air of air sacs and just hundreds of little hands that reach out and they grab onto you, and you almost feel like this strange thing where you can't move, but you can feel everything that's happening to you.
Paralyzed fear.
Paralyzed with absolute just disgust and not really sure what's going to happen. But these things lower you down to the ground slowly, and you can kind of see what your fate is going to be as you're lowered down. They bolt you into this contraption where your arms and legs are spread eagle, and they start to remove your flesh and cut into you, and it seems like for years you're screaming in agony as they don't seem like they're killing you, but they're bestowing upon you pain and suffering and misery.
Yeah, I immediately. Well, I mean, not that I do anything, but my mind is definitely feeling like I'm back to where I started in life. It's just I feel like a conduit of pure evil at its most channeled, let's say, frequency ever, the highest frequency I've ever felt. So I feel like I'm right back at my birth state.
Another thing that happens to you, Ozzy, is that it seems that the more they cut into you, the more they remove bits of you, and your memories start to be pulled away. Things from your past don't seem to be there anymore. With each small incision, a removal of a fingernail, the pulling out of one of your eyes, all these various contraptions that they have taken turns moving you to. They stretch you and crack your bones, and there's healers from time to time, these that almost look exactly like you're starting to look, with cuts all over them. And up in the air, you see this sort of glowing circular disc with all these tendrils that sort of reach down from the heavens and are connected to the heads of these similar-looking tortured souls that are moving all over the place, adjusting contraptions and doing the torturing. But your memories are sort of stripped away. The last one you think you had maybe was something about bad things and people doing things to you, and then that also is gone. You feel cleansed. You feel brought back to some primitive state of birth or being. And then you are hurled upwards through this spiraling disc with all these tendrils coming down, and you're hurled into the corner of the room.
Wow.
Your blood and You're all healed up, but you can tell that literally you've been tortured with the death of 1,000 cuts almost.
Well, I'm gonna, if I have a chance to gain my consciousness and see my immediate surroundings, I look at everybody like complete strangers. And I don't even know where I am. I'm just like, and I'm trying to like, I'm just really trying to, I feel like I just forgot everybody and everything. I mean, my memory's gone. Almost like I've never even been in a body before. So I'm in complete shock and looking at everybody in the room and looking at the situation with just the biggest eyes of almost like a noise coming from me, like an infant being born, like feeling life for the first time, all the senses that you would feel coming out of the womb would just explode in an expression of life, maybe through a scream, a cry.
And whenever you look over and you see these two people, they're very strange looking at first, but one has a red face and it's something that doesn't look like any of the people that were tortured around you. Their skin is clean and something just snaps. You remember being here years ago. And there's a doorway there. There's shattered stones everywhere, and the gate is growing ever wider.
Anything we can roll to tell it's Ramelzi, other than me just guessing?
Yeah. How is my physical condition? Like all those scars heal and all that? Like you said, I'm just completely new being in a sense.
I think it's hard to recognize him, but you see things that make you think this could be Ramelzi.
So how many years have passed?
How about you roll a d10? That sounds fun.
All right. So I can kind of gather up how I'd possibly look. 2, actually.
So 2 years have passed.
So not too
Your
bad.
reckoning of time.
So that's just my reckoning. That wouldn't be my physical state, huh?
You're not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be sure. You're right. This is great, man. You got me thinking hard. Trying to role play this out.
All right, so maybe we'll give Rayhan and Ash a reaction. You think that might be Ramelzi that came out of this portal.
And he's all scarred up?
Oh, yeah, totally scarred up. It looks like he's been cut to pieces, maybe put back together again. It looks like he was thrown into like a pit of knives and daggers on the edges of it. He just kept falling through them. Like he's all sliced up, but he's healed.
It's almost like they cut out all my bad experiences that were embedded into my organic system, my organ system, endocrine system. That's kind of how I perceive the description.
Like there'll be like pieces of his skin that are sunk in, but have healed. It looks like some mad healer was experimenting on him for a long time.
I'll walk over to him and pick him up, and we'll head upstairs, and I'll mutter, "Rule number 4, dead is better."
Actually, I feel weird if anybody touching me. I would say, I guess I look at Ash like I want to trust him, but you definitely see I push away. I'm not going to let nobody pick me up.
Yeah, you might even like startle, like jump.
Yeah.
Because every time anybody's touched you for years, it was when they were holding a blade.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a mixed feeling of trust. I don't attack anybody. I wrinkle my forehead and give them the most confused, evil look possible. Like, who the fuck are you, in a sense, and leave me alone.
Mallow will step out of the circle and he tries to jump over the pit, the ever widening gate. He does. Ramelzi, I think that Penthos and Vex have blessed you.
Penthos and Vex. I'm trying to get my memory back.
Yeah, you have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. I'm like, I've experienced a lot of deities and sub-deities and all that in my past, but that's completely gone. And I just look at him as confused as everything else, I guess. Like, what is this? I do not understand.
It sounds like you guys are heading out of the room. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like we're either we're heading out with Ramelzi, or we're heading out with an unconscious Ramelzi after I cold cock him. These are the two things that are happening right now.
Okay, does Rayhan say anything to all this stuff that's coming up?
Did his voice sound like Ramelzi's voice?
It does, but it almost sounds like someone who's smoked for about 10 years. It has like a crackle to it.
Ooh, thanks. That's gonna help.
I'll just follow along. I know that that Ash is most likely far older than me, and I'll trust his intuition. So I'll follow his lead.
Okay. So you guys head down the tunnel, and all you see is just the torn remains of hundreds of bodies piled up. You're crawling over bloody chunks of flesh, bits of hair perhaps stick to you every once in a while, parts of scalp. You'll hear the crackling of bones being smashed beneath your feet as you're crawling over this detritus of just human flesh.
When this is done, Rayon, I'm burning these clothes.
Okay, so you guys come out and you'll get to the false subculture. I can never say that word. Subculture?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, where the fake guy was buried, and you get down to that first place where you rolled the apple down the stairs. It seems like probably like a long time ago that happened, but in that room you'll see fresh flowers painted all over the walls, and there's the spiral staircase that leads up.
Is this?
Does the like the massacre, basically the big catastrophe and everything, does it lead back toward the demon turtle direction or up the stairs?
It does lead towards the demon turtle.
Well, that's good. Might have killed two birds with one stone there.
Because if Rayhan remembers, the last thing you said was prove your worth.
Yeah.
Nice. I know I'm not conscious, but still nice.
Kind of want to know what happened, though.
Well played.
You really want to go down there? Really? Really?
There is the spiral staircase that leads upwards.
I can't say no.
I'll bite my lower lip and I'll look like a kid that has like the chance to open up his morning Christmas gifts or wait till his parents wake up. I'll be like, we might not have the chance again to see if we are successful down here.
If you want to go check it out, that's fine. But I mean, I've seen the look on his face, and I've had the look on his face very recently. So I know what it's like to be new to the world, and he is going to be new to this world. He will be no use to us right now.
Listen, I will meet you up above the stairs where it is safe. It is the fifth stair that I triggered that locked the area. Be careful of the fifth step from the top.
Okay. I'll start taking him up the stairs then.
And I'll rush in the direction of the turtle. This being a turtle, it's very likely that I'm faster. So I'm not gonna take the stealth route. I'm just gonna be like, running in that direction to see what's up.
Okay. Let's see here.
We'll go with him if he's got the interesting exposition there. So.
All right, so you guys head upwards to where you guys had came out before, and you know that maybe somewhere up here there was that stone trap that was set before. You'll get you come up the stairs, you'll go straight for about 30 feet, take a left, and that's where you see scrape marks on the stones in front of you. Though you look right or left, you don't see anything on the walls, but it seems like something recently was pushed back. And that's where you guys get to those alcoves with the statues, and you guys fought that goopy, syrupy monster. Mm-hmm. So, back to Rayhan.
Yep.
So you're gonna head off down past the organ of death and all the chairs, and head to see what's going on in that other room, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. As soon as I get close to that room, I'm gonna, of course, slow down and take it more stealthy. I just don't want my teammates to wait for me.
So okay. So why don't you roll me a stealth roll, I guess?
Okay, and that's a d6, and I succeeded.
Okay. How do you want to go about doing this? There's the doorway in front of you that opens up to that natural chasm.
My body being kind of low, not commando crawling, but being like on all fours, tips of my fingers touching the dirt or the ground, as I, kind of slink my way in, just so that I can see the majority of the room.
So you're sort of like cracking the door and look like poking your eyes, like
cracking it, poking my eyes through, and then if I don't hear the sound of combat, I'm gonna slink in just enough to get like a good view of everything.
Okay. You do, that just fine. You think, you didn't hear a sound. You see more, and the whole way here, there's just wreckage of, like, literally, you're crawling over like hamburger that was people. That's basically like ground up bone and flesh, and just ground meat everywhere. You're caked with it, so probably up to your knees, up to your elbows as you're crawling. And forward, you see that the underground lake. As soon as you poke your head in it, you feel the intense heat. There's gouts of flame coming from the mouth of the turtle. There's hordes still of all these, all the children, the sacrifices, whatever they were, by Trisha Finn, and they're being slaughtered in droves. Dark energy is coming out of the mouth and the mouths of the heads that are dangling from the top of this demon. It looks like it's going to take a while, but stuff's happening. It does look like it's wounded and burned in places, perhaps from the flames. Another thing you'll hear is the sound of the from the ceiling. Those three different voices that make this cacophony of noise. And every once in a while, the demon's body will be hurled to the left or to the right, or pressed down like a giant hand had squashed it. But it seems like it's doing all that it can to just have this place be a wreck and a ruin.
Perfect. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna unstop the half drink, the drink that's like, that I used to open the portal.
Okay.
I'm gonna, uncork, throw it into the lake. I don't want to have the power, and if this water dilutes it and like expands it and kills the turtle, God bless. And I'm running back to the group as soon as I do that.
Okay, you're gonna have to run into the room to get it to the lake.
Well, it's worth it.
Or sneak into the room. I mean,
I'm gonna sneak into the room.
Okay, give me another roll then.
All right. And that also makes it.
Okay. So are you crawling, or are you like sliding?
I'm crawling. I'm doing what I did earlier, kind of like I described it. Tips of my fingers, slinking my way in. As soon as I get close to the water, I'll kind of like lower my body. And if I have to commando crawl, I will. But
you think that would probably be best? Just that there's so many eyes. I mean, there's a lot of chaos going on, so you think there's. Yeah. But if you're slinking on your belly, getting soaked to the bone with blood and gore, that's, you might even look like the piles of hamburger and meat and flesh that is everywhere. So you unstopper this thing and, you throw it into the lake.
I'm going to throw it into the lake like it was a grenade. Pop the cork, throw it overhead, and as soon as it spills into the water, if it even does so, I'll put my hands palms against the dirt ground or the stony ground and just kind of push my way back and almost do like a reverse of what I just did to get to the door.
Okay. You get about halfway back when the ground starts to quake. Some of the stone, is it stalactites or stalagmites? I never remember.
If it's from the ceiling, it's tights. If it's from the floor, it's mites.
The stalactites on the ceiling start to crack, fall down, just horribly ruining. It's just destroying hordes of these things. Cracks start to form in the walls. And as you're leaving, you think maybe one of the voices went out. You're not sure, but it got quieter. The from the ceiling is, it's less than it was. You'll see the dragon turtle stop to breathe fire, and it's starting to thrash and move around. You'll see the demon look right at you.
So I guess I'll stop, mid trying to escape and meet. No, I don't want to meet eyes with this thing because I know how much damage it can do. Well, yeah, fuck. There's no other way to do it. So I'll meet eyes with him and I'll give him this shit-eating grin before I try to run away.
It will start striding forward towards you.
All right, run off. I'm
kicking
running.
Chunks of human flesh against the walls. It just knocking a path out of all these things. It seems like the turtle is not focusing on him anymore. It seems like it's looking down at the lake. Like there's a bigger threat down there. All right, so are you running or are you getting up?
I'm running. Oh, fuck, I'm running. If this guy saw me and he's coming towards me, I don't want to get cut by a demon. Although it would be just desserts because I really fucked this place over.
All right, so you're running, and are you looking back or not? I guess that's a good question.
Oh man, no, I'll be looking forward, and yeah, I'll be just looking forward. I'm just doing a straight out bolt, straight out run. If there's anything on me that's weighing me down, I've got bulk. I think I got one bulk, which is allowed, I believe. But I'm gonna just release my backpack, just drop it.
Okay.
So it's just me with the sword and the armor I got on me. Even my bows and arrows, all that, it's just down on the ground.
Okay.
Tossing it.
Running for dear life.
That's it.
How about you roll a d20? That sounds good. Just a random roll.
Okay. I rolled a 19 on a d20. I don't know if
I
that's good or bad.
Rolling high was better in this case.
Okay.
That was in my head. So.
Because if you said you'd roll under dex, not get fucked.
Yeah. I was just to see how fast you're running.
Oh, good, super.
You have this sort of palpable fear that's in you, and you almost feel this other presence that is there as well, and it's afraid for you too. You're not really sure what that's all about, but you feel this burst of energy that comes from some other place or other thing. You're running, you're knocking those chairs out of the way. They're in the room with the organ. You're running past all these blood flowers that are painted on the walls.
What was that girl's name? That Susanna, was it?
There was Stella, that was the plumber's daughter.
I'll be shouting out, "Stella, close the doors behind me," as I'm running.
All right.
Just in case she's there.
Nice.
You'll start to hear
Oh, beautiful.
from behind you as all those various doors are being closed, and so you're running up. I think that eventually you will catch up with Ash and Ramalzi, who have gone past the alcoves, and they're going to that secret entrance where that 100-foot of platforms and stairs was, and you probably meet them on the stairs.
Okay, well, I'm saying run.
And at this point, the whole place is shaking and rattling. Some of the stairs that you guys step on, some of the bricks sink in about 6 inches, so you kind of fall down to your knees. Your whole leg sort of stuck in a hole for a second, and you pull it up, and you're running up the stairs.
Running.
You gotta say anything as you're running through this place?
I guess I'm just trying to understand if I'm still unconscious or did I ever wake up?
No, you're conscious.
Okay.
Been conscious. I was just flavor earlier.
Yeah.
I
don't think Ash cold cocked you.
Well, I took it serious. Usually, I don't know. I guess I take it serious if someone says it.
He gave you the option of coming or being.
Okay. I guess I probably said no, and you had to slap me real good. So I'm coming to light now, and as soon as I see Rayhan, I do feel a piece of a good memory of knowing him, as well as Ash, but a little bit more with Rayhan since it was sooner than later that he had showed me the ways of the sun and light. And so as soon as I see Rayhan run up, I feel a little bit, a lot more at peace and kind of not really gain memory, but understand that we all three were trying to survive at one time. So I pretty much calmed down the nerves and everything. and happy to see Rayhan run up those stairs.
And the whole time you guys are going up the stairs, you probably hear Mallow say things like, I can't believe we got out of there. We got out of there alive. So Rayhan's probably running, like, yelling, run.
Yeah, running, run.
Okay.
I look back at Mallow and go, logic 1, faith 0.
Okay, so you guys will make it past the altar and that four-way. You're stepping into, actually this time it's about 3 feet of sewage. So it's actually probably washing off some of that bits of flesh and blood that are all over your pants. You get just past the altar, that black altar, and it's silent. And there's like a giant crack down in the center of it, like that diagonal crack, and both halves are laying down on the ground like it was just sundered in half.
What you just say again? That first altar?
Yeah, the dark altar that was like 6 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet tall. That had the voices that were the same voices that were in that cave. The altar devoted to those of the outer dark.
Yeah, would the three ways to go where from?
So you run past that, and just when you get to, I don't know, probably about 10 feet away from it, the demon will appear right at the altar, but it can't get past it.
Yes.
Yay! We're not dying.
You'll see that it tries to, and there's some sort of barrier that is there.
Go finish off the dragon turtle.
Sorcerer, and Rayhan will stop moving, like he just feels like he just ran into a wall.
Yeah, I'm paralyzed.
So do Ash and Ramalzi keep running, or stop?
I turn around when he says sorcerer, thinking that it's confusing that with me as a magic user. And also look to see if Rayhan was able to make it, or I guess I noticed him that he just froze in his steps.
Yeah, he probably gets turned around roughly.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to leave him, so
he gets turned around.
Yeah, I keep my head down, but go to where Rayhan is.
Yeah, Rayhan was basically like forcefully turned around with invisible forces. But you can speak, Rayhan.
Okay, I'll avoid eye contact with this demon if that's possible.
So you're sort of like looking down at the ground.
Yeah. It has me in a spell.
I'll say to the demon, "What do you want of us?"
Do you also avert your eyes?
Yeah, I avert my eyes. I walked up knowing to avert my eyes. Like I kept my head down, looking at the stairs or the walkway as I went back to Rayhan, noticing that he was turned around by his lower half of his body, and having a feeling that Rayhan is now this demon's master. I speak to the demon and say, "What do you want from my friend? Why do you hold him?"
Okay, it holds its hand up and make a save versus spell, Jeremiah.
I do? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast as soon as I get time.
19 over.
Okay, that's good. Ash, what did you say?
I've got a spell to cast as soon as I get a chance.
Okay. So I guess you could probably cast as soon as that happens. Malzy, you felt like someone was choking your throat or holding your tongue in place, like it was almost trying to make you not talk. But you shake it off. And then Ash casts a spell. What does Ash cast?
Forget on the demon.
Nice.
Forget.
Make it forget what it's doing, then maybe we can get the hell out of here.
Forget. The spell allows the caster to obliterate the memory of an opponent. Wow.
Yeah.
What level are you now?
I am, I think, 3.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, save and throw. Oops, D20. Alrighty.
There's also the wild roll if you.
Oh, do the wild roll. Yeah, definitely. Wait, you got a natural 20?
I only got an 8.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I hadn't rolled it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't.
All right. Let's see here. Save versus spell. No, he makes it. He sort of he turns his eyes from. Okay, let's roll initiative again. That's a lot of stuff that just started happening.
Who wants to grab that?
I guess I'll do it. I got 4.
Okay, it got a 5. Sorcerer, have I proved my worth? He's looking right at Rayhan.
Can I move my head?
You can.
Okay, I'll immediately look at Ramelzi because he's got experience with this stuff.
Yeah, I'll say, speak up fast. It holds your word as its gate to be free from your command. If that does not work, I have a trick up my sleeve to free you for us, so we could escape. I do not know if this demon will follow you for the rest of your days, though. This is something we'll have to figure out together when we have more time, if it goes that way. But I would suggest to you to release it, tell it to go back to its home, its birth, its place of being.
I'll look over at the demon.
And this time you see look over. You don't feel that intense pain like you did before, even though you look at it.
Okay.
It seems like, for whatever reason, you seem to be immune to it.
Perfect. I'll say to this demon as I take a deep, sharp breath, still looking worried. You know, the blood on my head probably dried out by now. As I'll exhale and say, the turtle is vanquished, is it not?
Yes.
Then you will return back to whence you came. And I'll extend a hand out for dramatic purposes.
You unbind me from your service, is that correct? Say it!
I'll tilt my head slightly, and I'll say, you will return back to where you came before you were summoned.
So be it, master. And then he just sort of dissipates in the shadows.
Oh, my shoulders immediately slink down, like, whew.
And Halsey will sort of get a sort of sensation like there's still something binding. At least it thinks that it's bound to Rayhan, even though Ramelzi was the one who cracked open the scroll.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was trying to understand that. Ramelzi himself was thinking the first word of command to it. It mistaked that to be its master of freedom, or for the moment, maybe a binding, I should say. And I look at the Rayhan and say, perhaps you have a curse similar to mine now. I do not think that you are rendered free from the connection of this demon. Perhaps it will come back in a state of hunger for more souls. I think it is full now after its disposal of the monstrosities that we have found here in this place. But I do not feel that you are free from its bind for good. I am in a similar situation myself. I might have spoken about it to you before, but I have to feed a soul a week until I figure out how to render my freedom from that bind. I fear that the same outcome is for you, or something similar.
I'll just shake my head in response. perhaps being overwhelmed by it all. And let us just look at the present. This situation has been dealt with, and as far as I am aware, there should be a room close by in which our former companions left all their collected treasure.
Yeah, the collected treasure was back beyond that way. You guys went down another way, and there's the. Oh, that's right. No, you passed it actually on the way.
Okay. Well, I'll look at the group. I'll look at the group and I'll say, I know we just came from that direction, but, and hear me out. There are bags of gold and treasure and trinkets and what have you. I believe that the danger is beyond us. Let us get rich off it.
Yes, I somewhat agree. This time, at least, Rehan, your greed might speak truth in this matter. Your feeling of collecting this gold should be of no harm. We do have the darker energies at our side, but I don't see how you could handle that being a follower of the light myself. But so be it. If you hunger for more gold, I will help you gather these riches, but no more. After that, we must leave. There was other battles that I have to take into consideration. So let us not stay here too long. I look at Ash to see how he responds to going back in as well.
Something has changed in you, Ramazi.
My fear is not running my mind as much as before, for I am now using the knowledges and wisdoms of the dark and the light to make this decision. There's not much bounds of my soul other than what I create in the future. So you could say I'm somewhat of just a medium of new experiences right now. If that makes any sense, my mind has been scrambled.
Without fear, you are less human than you were before.
Perhaps. I have never felt complete as a human from any memory that I can grasp at this moment. I just feel that I am a being of now. And now means I do not want none of my fellow colleagues here to suffer anymore. A negative fate. So I say, let's grab this gold and be gone. Quickly.
Well, if you must, I guess we'll go get it.
Yeah, it's not too far. You have to pass the cracked altar. It's now silent.
Mm-hmm.
Trudging through the sewage, you get to that end corridor right beside that secret passage down that 100 feet of stairs and platforms.
I do say to Rehan, do not let your greed make you forget of your skill of trap detection.
Well, the door's still open. That's where they were. The old man, William, and Ronald were in there, but the door's open.
All right.
Before he grabs some weird potion and tries to check it or a trinket. Just a reminder.
But yes, inside you'll see there's some sacks of various places, various things. There's the ivory statue. There's statues of Saint MacIver.
Nice. I will, whatever we can pick up, distribute the wealth evenly. Everybody grab a sack if there's more than one.
Seems like they had brought some extra sacks, so you guys can have like a backpack and a sack in addition to what you already have. But you'll be pretty heavily loaded down.
Yeah, I'm already I think +1 encumbered.
Maybe you're dragging one of the bags behind you. Yeah, because
what are you talking about? You're naked and scarred.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If I lost all my goods, yeah.
Oh wow.
I didn't think about that.
Oh my, that's a very good point.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
I got this voice too now.
Wow. Ronaldo doesn't have the book anymore.
That's dun dun dun.
Or the little skull or the platter.
Yep.
Or any of that stuff. And actually,
I don't think I should remember it.
I guess you'd probably be naked as well. Yeah, your body's all.
Please cover me. I forgot about my voice too, my smoking voice.
Wow, I didn't even think that.
Voice.
It's a GM mistake there. But yeah, you guys drag a bunch of stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
You guys come out through the midwifery, and the light of the sun descends upon you, and you feel like you haven't rested in like 2 or 3 days.
We'll give Ramalzi whatever we can to cover him up.
Sack, anything. I'll cut a hole in the sack for my head. Hopefully it's long enough.
I think you have one of the old man's spare robes that you're wearing.
Perfect. There we go.
All right, yeah, I quickly dress.
Let us return to the inn, rich man.
Yeah, now that the light hits our faces, I definitely turn to Rayhan to lead us in the ways of this city now. I do not even know what to tell to these people.
Let us not say anything to them. For all we know, there are 2 portals underneath that are expanding.
Growing by the minute, perhaps.
Yeah.
Foot by foot.
Once they hit each other, maybe they'll cancel each other out. Like an earthquake could drop a couple mountains down.
Yeah, I guess if Rayhan brings me up to speed of what he did down there, I'll
try to make. I'll bring you up to speed, but I'll try to make it very lighthearted, kind of putting a twist to it. And I'll say, not to. I'm not gonna say that you made a mistake by jumping in, but I'll say, perhaps guided by the hand of divinity, you took the leap.
Yeah, I sacrificed. Oh, yeah. I guess I wouldn't be able to respond to that. I do not know what leap you talk about.
We'll explain it more in later days.
Mallow probably taps you on the back, but gently, trying to avoid all your various wounds and scar tissue.
I guess I just look down at my arms too and start realizing, good Lord, who am I? What am I? What's looking at all the wound marks and everything, and put up my cloak, my hood of my cloak right away, feeling somewhat like a monster. It's like I would affect people very negatively, perhaps instill them with a lot of fear. So I cover everything I possibly can. I put my sleeves down over my hand and put my hood up.
You'll hear Malice say, we shall speak of this place at some later date. I am very much interested in what you saw and felt there.
So as we make our way into the inn, I'll kind of stop just as we're all in there and drop up my bags on the table, and I'll say, there is that story that we heard not long ago. We had the turtle down below. There was mention of the plumber, but did we see a princess? And I'll look the group over.
Really, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I just think that first order of business is, we should rest up and then go back down there. There's that old man's spellbook is still sitting in the floor if the floor is still there. And if not, we kind of want to check on those portals, I would think, later.
I have to agree with you.
But yeah, we'll have to rest up for the time being, though.
So I think Ramelzi's basically his memory of the event underground is all he's going to recollect after hearing the conversation, perhaps for a while here as we ate some food and drank. So I guess just a marker so I can remember that. Yeah, I'm going to say Ramelzi, if it's good with you, Tim. Ramelzi remembers from entering the dungeon everything that happened and up to now, and that will be his only past memory.
That's his first memory is entering the midwife place.
That's
okay, that works. Yeah, the dark wizards are completely gone from your memory.
Yeah, and maybe later on, Rayhan slowly or Ash, anybody that had connection to my past can give me information as the days pass. When certain events arise, maybe they'll sit down and talk with me over at campfire if they choose. But I was just trying to say that to get a basis of Ramelzi's persona now and character.
Sounds good. He's been reborn through pain and suffering.
So I'm kind of probably just going to be sitting around and listening for a minute.
All right, so is there anything anybody else wants to say as we wrap up today?
Nope.
Like in character?
Oh,
yeah.
No, we're good. I think we're going to sleep, everybody clutching onto the bags of wealth.
Sounds good. So guys, what'd you think about the session? I guess maybe I'll start with Aaron today.
I don't know. Started out slow, but we got it rolling along. Lots of fun stuff happened. I guess got no real criticisms or bitches, gripes, or complaints. So
yeah, it did start out a little bit slow. I as a GM thing, I could have. I was waiting for Jeremiah to pull out his evil book or that platter or do something with that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I did think about that, but I felt like I was trying to control my ideas at this time, and I was really trying to play Ramelzi's chaotic side, really giving up on everything because it seemed so, just
so bleak.
Yeah, so why not? His last idea was just a run, just I guess whatever memory that got him from running from his beginnings of life, that kind of came back, and he just wanted to run, and that's his chaotic nature of just going wherever to escape from what he's currently dealing with was the portal. So he couldn't see nothing else from that point.
Go ahead.
Now I was about to say just real quick on the slowness of the beginning, kind of that was working for me, I guess, as a player, because I felt like the last one we kind of went through so many rooms of the dungeon so quickly, it was hard for me to ground myself. And so this time it gave me a chance to think and play out my character a little bit more in the trap situation or the trapped scenario. So that was good for me. So I know it feels different for everybody, but I love that slow feeling of being in one room and trying to figure out what to do and having all this dynamic stuff happening, telling us, make a decision, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen. And that to me was fun. I love that.
What were you going to say, Aaron?
I was just going to say that I'm going to probably, Ash is probably going to stick with Ramelzi for the present time and try to explain to him that the people of this town are terrible and not to model his behaviors off of these people.
Yeah, I'll probably
trying to keep his neutral of how humans interact with each other away from the neutral of this town, which is generally negative.
I see. That's like you're gonna hold him under your wing and protect him from all these assholes in town.
Yeah, I'll take that in. I'll definitely listen and probably take heed to that because, like I said before, the reason why he came into town and to do this is because he's seen human life and city life as a better way of life than where he came from. But obviously he realized it's just as foul. And,
if not more so.
So yeah, he's going to take heed to what Ash teaches him about here on out.
All right, then we'll get back to Zig. What'd you think today, man?
I liked it. I liked that you didn't give us a way out of the trapped room. That there were no stairs or hidden walls or anything like that to give us an escape. It really made it feel like it was a desperate situation, and I also it kind of plays into the fact that we took those NPCs with us for that tension moment where one NPC turns against another. I like those kind of situations where we have to pick sides and see people break apart, because to kind of criticize us a bit as players in a situation like that, being stuck against so many people. It's hard to play players as being desperate. At least for myself, I'll criticize myself. First thing I said was I take out my sword and I take a strategic position by the door, where my character would probably have gone into melodramatic, oh my god kind of moments, and probably reflected on his deity more than he has been recently. But I like that there was that option for picking sides, and I like that you kind of tried to trigger a very tense, dramatic moment in that scene. So It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, I was like, I think you even posted in the Facebook group today. I'm like, I don't know how the hell these guys are gonna get out of this situation. There's some things that might work. I don't know if they're gonna try them, but yeah, that's cool. I'm glad it came to a resolution.
I'm glad you did give us a way out. Haha. To say the exact opposite of what Big just said. A randomly mixed together potion that turns into a gateway.
Shoot, we were really working at it. We didn't give up so easily. Maybe Romelzi did there, but it was like, damn, we were working at it. We were trying every angle possible.
The funny thing is that all the potions that the man had put down there were for grave robbers that thought they'd be good. Like a gate that opens up in someone's stomach. Yeah, that's totally what he had planned.
Oh man, that's totally the opposite of where I was going.
Like
with
one
it.
was
like grave robber. It has to be like good potions.
One was an earthquake one. That's why the ground started shaking and stuff. So yeah, there's an earthquake that happened in the area, so the town might have some issues with that. But
sweet. Actually, there were two.
Yeah, there were two earthquakes. Yeah, good call.
That earthquake actually made me feel positive because I felt like before you told us it was a portal, I was like, there's either two things that can happen here right now, that Tim's going to open up a way to climb out through the earthquake, or this portal is going to get us somewhere safe. I took my chances on the portal, of course, but I was trying to turn those things into like possibilities instead of like dooms,
It's good to keep I don't know. I think Aaron's approach the same way here. It's like, you guys tell me what you do, and I'll run with it. Whatever weird, zany idea you want to try to come up with, I just run with it.
Yeah, both of y'all, everybody did great. You did great, Tim and Ash and Rayhan. Y'all made some interesting calls that made it real fun, and yeah, I dug it.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, well, we're gonna start our Song of Ice and Fire game here, so I guess I should wrap up. So thanks for playing today, guys.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Zig, I'm gonna go grab my son, so I'll let you know when I'm back.
I'm gonna make a tea, and I'll probably hang out.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
All right, guys. Bye.